Hello, everyone. Welcome to Table Quests, the weekly D&D live stream on Wednesdays. Um, uh, we are this week raring to go. No issues so far, except before we started, but I fixed that. So we are batting 1,000.
Let's just put
Um,
that out into the universe, not
yes,
jinxing
yes,
it
yeah,
at all.
I am challenged. I'm feeling confident. I'm challenging whatever it is that's is insistent upon ruining us. I, of course, am Drew. I am the DM, and I control the universe, so I get to challenge the universe in that sort of way. Um, I'm joined, as always, by my lovely victims. I mean, players. Um, Walt, looking very dapper this evening. Uh, he's going to go to a party to assassinate somebody later, so that's why he needs the whole get up. We have Mike.
Wait, wait, wait. I can
Oh,
make your
oh,
punchline
oh, oh,
better.
yep.
Hold up.
He just pulls out a dead body. Oh my god.
Just
Yeah.
be done, yeah.
Code Spetsnaz. Uh, anyway, we also have Mike, who, as far as we know, is not a sleeper agent of any kind. Although he does appear to be a sleepy agent at the moment, looking very cozy. We have Kendra. We have Kat. And we have John. Very animated John. I love it. Looked all. Yeah, there it is. This
John, as
is,
always, that we never know if his camera is frozen or he's just really, really, really still.
of course. That's true. Um, yes, I apologize if you get any burn in on the spot where John is on your screen. Um, that is, he'll be sure to wiggle occasionally. Yeah, there you go. Like a screensaver, you just start moving your head from corner to corner. Yeah, there you go. This is, of course, as you've
We're just
certainly
gonna send a
surmised.
metronome to John's house so that he can have in the background. A little
Yes, he's slowly driving him insane as he just wants to. Yeah, I do need to get him. Right, of course. The answer is I'm always frozen, so that's never even a question. But this is, of course, as you've already surmised, the 23rd? 23rd, yes. 23rd um, episode session of our, now I can say long running campaign, Doors and Deities. Thanks, as always, to Syrinscape, who, through all the trials and tribulations of me trying to set up their service today with the updated player, do provide um, the lovely sounds and music that we can hear. We will be able to hear now. Oh, let me make sure that gets. That is rain, indeed. I don't think static is a problem we've had before, fortunately for us. But um, now that I say
That's
that,
two
it's going
times in 10
immediately
minutes.
going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the lovely sounds, music that you'll be hearing throughout the night. Thanks to them for providing that, as well as to animated dungeon maps on Patreon for providing the battle maps, setting maps, all sorts of lovely animated, artful 3D battle maps that you may be seeing at various times tonight. Um, when last we left off, as you can hear, it is the night. Um, as the party has gathered in the rain, um, apart from Pep, who is off doing some research at the Ulful College. The other four are sitting now underneath a tree outside of the the new house of Andreas Parland, the college's head of research, um, having just infiltrated it under cover of darkness and an invisibility spell to search for the means of ingress to the Great Library, which lies an entrance to which lies underneath the house. This, of course, is at the direction of the professor, Alevon Provost, who, on behalf of the Conservatory Vulture, wants to enter the library, get underneath the college, and find what secrets they have hidden there. It is the party's task to clear the path in the library to the college, as it is known to be full of dangers. Anything anyone would like to add at this point? All right. So the four of you, having just reconvened from your search in the house, Tempest being the last to pop into view as Desiel releases the spell. You are muted.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. I just Tempest likes to chat sometimes, and I thought it might be dangerous. And now she seems really confused, even though I did just say that I cast silence on her. See,
I've never had that cast on me before. It was so sudden. I was like, where's it coming from? And then I'm Nail, that's very rude of you.
Sorry.
I found a room and my voice. And it had a locked door and foggy windows. What room can you not only not see from the inside, but also from the outside? Like, there has to be something interesting in there, right? But I'm not very good at opening things. So I was responsible, and instead of just breaking the window, I left. Be proud of me. Oh, and pearls. And I'm just going to dump them out into Desiel's hand.
Again.
Yeah, I found this cupboard. There was a room with a dude sleeping in it. I was like, oh, but luckily it didn't wake him up. He was a very heavy sleeper, apparently. And then there was a cupboard with things in it, and I figured I probably shouldn't take everything because then I would go clunk, clunk, clunk because I walked through the house. But pearls, I remember, you like. So, have more of them. Well, I'm glad that was useful because I found nothing else of value.
Man and a woman?
Wait, so do you have the key on you, or it's still in the room? Very smart.
Do you reckon they're going to be
Probably very
suspicious?
smart.
Like, is it the real key? Because didn't Andrew, useful as he is, just kind of leave it somewhere that it wasn't when he took it? Are they going to be suspicious that, like... Maybe. Maybe we could breed infighting. Hey, I'm good at that. I'm already working on AP's students.
Really quick, sorry. John, you're muted on the stream. Only you.
Hello. There we go. Sorry.
Okay.
Wow, Desiel, who cast silence on you? Because that wasn't me.
I've
But
learned how
actually,
to do it.
true,
Wahaha.
yeah, that's see, there you go. I knew you had some tricks about some tricks that I could do also. But actually, the question that I had for you, Desiel, the room you said the key was, there were two individuals. Was it a woman and a man that were there? A woman that was like over some books on the table.
Yes, that sounds correct.
That's
You know,
interesting
I know it
because
was just a few minutes ago, but it seems like so much has happened in the past few minutes.
Yes. Yeah, it was so weird. Tempest gave you pearls twice.
She
That
did.
was
She
really
did. I remember that now.
um, but that's besides the point. No, because I actually saw that room, so that's actually pretty useful because I can spy on that room if we want to when we get to the tavern.
Oh, okay then.
Because it was our original plan, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. But this is not a thing that you would want to do tomorrow, no? Is this very difficult? Does it take a lot of energy to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Unfortunately, I cannot pray it away. Would you say I can like if I want to
Absolutely.
detect some magic, I can pray it, and it doesn't drain me as much. This one
I
doesn't
mean,
work that way,
how did
unfortunately.
you know? Can you just see it from here?
The room,
Yeah, where they were in.
I got good eyes. Well, I got one good eye, and the other one is covered with a patch. But when I use both of them, it's even better.
Fair. I mean, if we can just see it from the outside, I guess we don't really need a spell, right? Windows,
No, yes,
the magic of nature.
because originally I didn't know you guys were going to be so prolific in your exploration. My idea was originally just to get eyes. I wasn't even gonna look inside the room, which apparently has the key. My original plan was to see movements towards the back of the compound, if you will. But just to see if there are people that make rounds, how long they make the rounds for, that kind of stuff. But if we know where the key is, I think it might be best if we just look at it, like at that room specifically. And if there's always one person and another kind of goes in and out, if there's always two people, that kind of stuff.
I mean, when I was wandering around, I didn't see anyone that looked like they were doing rounds, at least on the top two floors. But maybe if they do, they keep it to just around there. I'm not gonna lie, they didn't seem super duper like on guard. One dude was literally just like having a nap in an armchair.
I guess.
Just the
And
two
like,
with the key were just talking, nonsense.
and like I opened
Well,
like
I mean,
every
I could
door I
not
came
do it.
across. No alarms.
Does this seem a little bit too easy to anybody else, or am I just...
No,
Yes.
no, this seems reasonable. I mean, what do you expect? There are a bunch of students, and their job, their punishment, their task for whatever reason, is to hang out in a house. They may not even know what they're guarding.
But don't they know about the previous break-in?
That's what I was
Yes,
saying,
but
right? Like you would
wouldn't-
suspect it, right?
I thought it was just
Yeah.
a matter of
Yeah.
he left the key in a different place. And so they may have said, hey, who left the key in a different place? And they blame each other. And
Lyra, maybe you and I are just
And
thinking that they're
besides,
smarter than they are.
Mm,
We're thinking a bunch of
and
Desiels, but
besides,
what if it's just a bunch of Andrews?
you're right. Well,
just, again,
right.
there's a reason they are punished by guarding this house. They may not even know what's beneath them. They're just told, hey, just stay here and don't let anybody in. I have very
Okay.
expensive wine in
and
the
the
cellar.
I trust you guys. I'm sure nothing can go wrong. So, can we get out of the rain though to talk about this? I'm like, So.
Okay.
Yeah. Might as
Yeah.
well.
I take some of the rain and lift it up into like a half eggshell of ice around me.
I mean, so cool.
All right, so are you guys gonna head to a tavern?
Yes.
The
we
entire
were
time I'm going to be
willing
trying
not-
to like flick rain under Desiel's little eggshell.
Careful, he could just start adding it to the
Exactly.
shell, making it bigger and bigger every time.
Oh, wait, also, as we're going, I want to keep an eye out for footprints, like mud or like disruption of rain. I'm still paranoid that somebody invisible is following us.
All right.
I can't throw dirt.
So make a perception check while you guys are walking. I believe you had communicated last week, or at the end of last, you communicated to Pep where you were going, or that you were going to a tavern, and to be able to meet him there. Is that correct?
Yes.
So Pep, you will be able to join them when while they're there. Yes, jogging through the rain, with your notes kind of tucked away from your little research session. And you all meet back up in a nearby tavern, ready to, ready to do whatever it is you do. So while you're sitting around, I assume you guys will have gotten a table, got a few drinks. After a while, the doors swing open. A very soggy Pep trundles in.
Pep,
Hey guys.
how did your studying go? Did you learn a lot of stuff?
I look at Lyra and I squint and I go, yeah, I did. I learned lots of stuff.
Oh, okay. Are you okay?
No.
Are you going to
no,
enroll? Are you going to be a college student?
Well, I don't know yet. Maybe not.
What did you study?
Oh, I was just researching stuff. Yeah. I was like looking into what like that guy we're following was doing. Not the one we're following, the one we're raiding, or are we like, yeah, we're raiding his place, right?
Is Pep carrying papers or anything? Like notes?
I guess am I carrying papers?
I mean, I assume you would have notes. I mean, that's up to you, the extent to which you will have documented that, and then whether they would be out or not. I mean, it's been raining, so you probably will have had them tucked away in a bag or underneath your jacket or something like
I
that.
think
You don't just have like an armful of papers.
I think I actually might have an armful of papers, and then I'll just like look at the soggy papers and be like, oh yeah, I usually don't work with paper. But yeah, I had some notes here, and I'll hand them the soggy paper.
Is anything legible?
On this particular paper,
The water starts to slide off of the paper and onto the table. Meanwhile, while Pep
Dries
was
out.
speaking, the water, like Desiel was kind of motioning, wiggling his fingers at you, and the water kind of pulled down through your clothes and formed into a little goblet and froze to match the 4 that are currently on the table in front of the 4 of us.
Whoa. Now that
They look really cool, but they're kind of uncomfortable to hold, Desiel.
I turn hers back into a puddle of water in her lap. Forgive me.
Any of the water that's on the table, I start looking at Desiel.
okay, kids, we're running in the. Oh, dang it! Oh, my joke. my beautiful joke. It's like the water ruined my joke.
Here, let me fix that for you.
Yeah, sure.
There's that
There
universe.
is
man.
no running in the pool. That's what I was gonna say.
Uh-huh.
It would have been funny.
Quick question.
Yes.
To the group in general. What is our plan then? So I'm not gonna spy on the place, correct?
I mean, you can do it this evening before you go to bed, but
But that
Didn't
was my
you-
point. Apparently, it doesn't seem to be necessary anymore.
Well,
mean,
didn't you install it, or like I don't know if install's right word, but
I can do it if I choose to, but because my alternative would be, where did this appear from? My alternative would be to message Patrice and Alexia because I haven't done that yet, and I can only do one of the two tonight. At least.
My only hesitation with messaging Patrice and Alexia is that they haven't met us yet, and so meeting us after we message them saying, "Hey, we're actually here on a mission specifically to look for you," and then we show up and we're like, "Hey, we're on a mission working for your professor, who we haven't actually mentioned that we're specifically looking them for." It might be like they might just tell him that, like, "Hey, these guys are kind of weird. Like, they seem to have an ulterior motive or something."
this makes sense.
Fair.
I can do that on occasion.
You can message one of the acrobats in the circus and say, "Hey, we are in town and we have a lead on Patrice and Alexia, and we should be getting back to you within a few days."
Should we get their hopes up before we actually see them, though, in person?
I mean, why not?
Okay.
We could ask them and be like, if we do find them, where are you guys? So that we can get them to like send you a letter or something.
Or you could say, "We have a lead on them, and apparently they are supposedly happy where they are. Is there a message you want us to deliver when we see them?"
It's not a bad idea, but I think it runs into the same problem that Tempest said. If we're all of a sudden we're like, "Hey, Melissa and Anderson said to be blah 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 blah," it would be my kind of like, "Whoa, where did you guys meet them?"
No, but I think if we do that
ask-
after we meet them and we're like, "Oh, by the way, so yes, we've been doing this thing, but the reason we showed up here to begin with is we were looking at you, looking for you for your friends, and they said to let you know this thing."
Yeah, or yeah, up to you. I guess I could I could not do either of them. It was just a possibility. But I could ask Melissa and Anderson where they might be in the coming weeks, because maybe if Patrice and Alexia have some time off, they might be able to reach out to them.
I mean,
just
they did
telling them
say
that-
that they missed them, like they were a bit homesick of the circus. They also said they were like really into the professor's whole like library. Take back
Yes,
the
but that
library for the
information-
people.
Yeah, that information did come from Andrew, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
Noob.
correct.
That
Never mind. Completely disregard what I just said. He has to
So,
be wrong.
if nothing else, do you ask Anderson and Melissa, "Hey, we got a lead on them. Supposedly they're happy where they're at. Do you have a message you want to give them?" And then you have that information, and we can choose to give it to them or not, depending on the circumstances. No.
Okay, cool. And before the next person says something, I'm just starting to concentrate on my little red thread. I'm like,
All right.
okay.
It's your ritual casting sending.
Not ritual, just casting. I wish it was
Oh,
a
just
ritual.
casting. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just casting sending. Okay. Actually, if we had talked to Patricia and Alexi, I had a message that I wrote down like 3 weeks ago, 25 words, really beautifully. Now we're winging it. Okay. Hello. This is Amnael. We met you in the circus in
Circus is one word.
Endriel. Okay. In Endriel. We got leads on your friends. They seem fine. Anything you want to ask? There you go. That's nah.
All right. You send that away. And after just a moment. Now, who specifically are you sending that to?
To Anderson.
After a moment, you hear back. Oh. Thank you. Just tell them that we miss them and we hope they're happy.
Okay. I cannot respond back.
You ran out of quarters.
Yes. Well, yes, exactly. Yes. Anderson said that he's happy. They're happy, I suppose, and he misses them. Yeah.
I didn't
So nothing
like-
really to.
Okay. So. Yeah. I want to pull out while we're just sitting here. The journal that I stole from one of the students. Read it.
Oh, that's right.
Getting your
Yeah.
revenge.
Mm-hmm. How stupid someone keeps a journal.
Right. Now, remind me which
Remind
I
me
don't know
which.
whose it is.
where exactly that was taken from. Now, because I have it, I just don't remember which. Oh, okay, so it's from that bed. That one.
Oh, you took. Gotcha.
Yes, took one of
Wasn't
the.
it
They
Walter?
scribbled in a bunch of them. And
But they
then
took one of them, which
Yeah,
I
I took one.
think was Walter's. I think.
Sure.
I believe that's what it was. I will pull it up and make sure. But yes, so you have Walter's journal. So you can be reading his thoughts, his experiences.
I'm mainly looking for, like, if there's a tonal shift from the beginning of the journal to the end, like a dramatic difference, like maybe he's like changed as a person.
There doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
First, what you gather, it's like, oh, this person's super edgy. Is your
Is
sort of
Walter the
idea.
guy that was sitting in the corner, like off to the side, reading, not participating when we were there? Okay.
So everything is kind of dramatically written and all of that. But it's pretty consistent throughout. Oh. So it's just your alter ego now. So we have Walt and then we have Walter.
And like nothing on the professor, like does he like idolize him, or he just kind of is like there because he wants to learn and got rejected?
Yeah. So flipping through, Walter is very serious about magical theory. Even more so than just magic or the casting thereof. He was very disappointed. Um, the way he puts it, it's very businesslike. Rejected from the college, or not businesslike, but kind of straightforward. I was rejected from the college. Woe is me. Well, there's an entire page of his emotional state afterwards, and then he was contacted by the professor, who promised him knowledge that not even the college would give him, if he went with him, and so Walter went on that promise.
Okay.
God, well, how could you? I also want to pull out my notes that I took when I was in the library. I feel like I didn't go over these properly the first time that I showed them to you guys. There's these, I think I know what the creepy things that Andrew said they saw in the library might be. There's these things called keepers.
I glance around to see if anybody's paying attention to us and kind of kick Emily on the shin for him to do the same while she's talking.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pull out like some diagrams and stuff that I have. And they're basically like bulbous gray humanoids with like tiny red eyes. They're like hunched over. All of the diagrams, like they're carrying lanterns and stuff. They look very unsettling. I don't know what they are, but apparently they're just there. Like they wander around with these lanterns and they kind of guard the library. Like keeping torches lit and, you know, protecting like tombs and stuff. They tend to keep out of sight of visitors, but they don't like their work being disturbed, whatever that means. You know, because it wasn't already creepy enough. They must be somewhat intelligent because they have some kind of language. Apparently it's like a Sylvan variant. I don't know. No one can understand it though. Maybe, you know, one of you guys and all your LV languages can understand. So yeah, I don't know. It's just all of these texts are like, have light, make sure you have light, no matter what you do, have light. And then aside from that, there's just like vermin and creepy things that aren't keepers running around. Apparently a lot of like adventurers and stuff have gone in there with like thousands of gold worth of equipment and just like not come back. So we might find some cool stuff. I don't know. The author of this one seems to think it was a total waste, letting people go in there. And then there's like official academy people who go in, like recording stuff for the admin department. But apparently those guys do better. I don't know. Maybe because they keep to like very specific sections. Just Maze of Death is kind of the general vibe that I was getting.
And this is where we're going into?
Yes.
Sounds great. Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
What better
totally
place
great.
for a death club or whatever to go than
Yeah.
a death
As
miss?
in-
No?
I like death as much as I like, you know, next person, but it doesn't mean I want to meet my death, like, right now or, like, tomorrow. Hoping to push
These
that
books
off for a while.
even have quotes of like some of the things that these creepy keepers say. I mean, maybe we should just go around down there like chanting or something. I'm gonna like flick the
We
quotes at
pretend
them.
to be the keepers.
Oh, we could.
Don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
Will
they
do
like
that?
avoiding people, then maybe they avoid each other. And then if we just walk around with the light and like some grey cloaks, we could be like, shouting Sylvan out into the world and they'll stay away.
Something tells me that would be not perhaps the best idea in the world, but what do I know? Quick question though. Did it say specifically why the light? Does the light attract them, repulse them?
Is it just for those who cannot
Kind
see in the dark?
Ominously, it's just that. So apparently, the light is meant to like keep away some of the scary stuff, and so though the keepers, you know, are vigilant, they keep an eye out. Hold on, let me find the line that, and I flick through my pages. Yes, the keepers are vigilant in their duties, but there are always cracks. ...
And the keepers,
Well, that
they
is
work
very
for
ominous.
No one. They've just been there always. They're like half preserving the library, and apparently they're also expanding it.
Okay,
So
so
just
if
ask
we see a
me.
keeper, we don't have to kill them, and they won't like tattletale on us or anything like that.
If we see a
So-
keeper, there's probably an issue because I don't think they want to see people. They like keep away from people.
Okay.
But I guess it depends on how they like interpret us. It doesn't say here that they like go around murdering anyone that comes in. It just says they avoid them and then they protect the library. So
Do you think maybe they like really like light, and maybe we could prepare a really nice torch or something and present it to them as a gift, and then they'll be nice
Oh,
to
yeah.
us? Okay. Great.
like a wind up lantern or something. Yeah.
A nice torch lantern. Got it.
I can make a torch torch with a very pretty purple light if you want to. Don't think
I'm
that'll
sure they're
work.
gonna
but,
love that.
You know. Yeah. Or red like their eyes.
Or we could do like one of those like paper lantern things and have like a nice like scenic shadow that gets cast onto the wall. You know, we could have different varieties. You know, if they get bored down there.
So
Can't be
what I'm
fun just
hearing
wandering around by
is,
yourself.
yeah, we prepare a bunch of gifts that involve lights, and they're gonna like one of them, and then they'll be like, you know what, you guys are so cool, come on in, and we'll be like, thanks, keepers, you're not that bad.
Exactly. This is a great plan. I don't know why we don't make all of the plans.
Honestly. So
A lot of your plans seem
I
to
wonder-
involve getting gifts, Lyra, like little tiny gifts. Now light gifts. You just give gifts to things, and
Do
then
you
they're
remember
nothing.
the last? Do you remember the last gift that you got? The 300 flowers. That was fun.
Hey, that wasn't a gift. You buy a gift for yourself?
You
How-
didn't buy it just for yourself, though. You did buy for all of us. So much so that both me and Tempest had to sleep in the flowers.
No, I thought
Okay,
the last
okay.
gift was the
Because-
little tiny versions of all the things to give the little tiny man who stole her
Hey.
journal.
Hey,
Yes, that is true. And the bracelets. And the
that's
bracelets.
because it was
That's
the
also-
Feywild. Rules don't count in the Feywild like they do here. So I still stand by what I said.
Okay.
Was it the Feywild though? We don't. Well, I don't know. Anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so in terms of like speaking, I could attempt to focus on something that would allow us to communicate with these creatures if they were to have a language. But that would take some other stuff out of commission that I had planned for tomorrow.
I mean, I speak Sylvan. So.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's.
I'm gonna
really
show
cool.
the quotes to Lyra that have been written down and see if she can read them. It says that it's kind of Sylvan, like it's not quite. It just seems like it might be
Mm.
related. So I don't know if you can.
Okay, I can try. I try.
Let me pull those up for you.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
That's mean. It's bullying.
That's what?
I have the screenshot that I sent.
Ah, there you go.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
am gonna make my own fun with this. These
You do
last-
not. You do not recognize the language.
Not even syllable. Okay.
Really?
You know, I'm thinking this is like not Sylvan, sorry, and I'll push it back to Tempest.
I wonder why they would say it was Sylvan then. Do they just pick one and like, it sounds like this?
Bears a resemblance to. Oh, it is not recognized. Anyway,
What is
This thing is like
Sylvan?
the third cousin 16 times removed, apparently.
Sylvan is like. What is Sylvan? I think I remember it being connected to.
Like to the
Fae
Fae, no?
stuff.
Yes.
Yes, but I don't know. I don't. Ooh, sorry. Don't know what that was. I don't know. That's a good point. Would I remember like if Sylvan is more connected to like nature or to like fey creatures?
Yes. Sylvan is typically connected with the Fae.
Cool. That
Creatures of
helps
that
me very little. Uh, sure. Again, I can probably actually I believe I can make us understand that tomorrow, but I'm not sure. And again, it will take some other stuff out of commission that I wanted to have kind of in the back pocket, if you
Well, do be
will.
sure to be able to silence, you know, do the silencing things, no?
Yes, that is actually on my plans, but I don't know how useful it will be.
Well, it depends on if
This
whether and how difficult it is to open things.
open things, you mean like into the library?
If I am unable to open a thing, I can magically open the thing, but that will create a lot of loud noises. And so having the silence will allow me to open something magically without
Do
alerting
you know
everyone.
what I did do, Desiel?
What did you
You're
do?
going to be very proud of me.
Oh,
I opened a window quietly.
you broke it?
I unlocked it by myself.
Did you break it?
So, look, yes, but it was quiet. I took inspiration from you. I was like,
No, this is
subtle. I can be subtle. So,
Okay.
if the whole magic thing doesn't work out, I reckon I have a future as a rogue.
absolutely.
This knife,
This is very
though,
good.
the magical one, this is what did it. So, maybe if you can't unlock it, then we can try.
Okay, good to know. Well, good job. So there is an unlock at the window, no?
Yes. The one that I went in, that's unlocked also. So, I mean, I guess I could go around slicing all of their windows open as well.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
That sounds very counterproductive.
Pep is really strong too, so can you just like punch a lock open? Pep? Can you just locks open? You know, Clancy? No? Okay.
Pep's looking at everyone else's drinks.
Is he drinking a water chalice? Or goblet?
Just drinking water. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Are you sure
bud,
you don't
but
want something else, Pep?
At least it's very cold water.
No.
Tempest.
I'm just gonna
how are you
smile
so
like
mean?
unsettlingly at Pep.
Pep, look at me.
I need you to hit me.
Okay.
I slap Pep. We high five
see-
from either side of his cheek.
Yeah.
Splat.
We just sandwich his face. What are you? An idiot sandwich!
Very good. So you will spend the rest of the evening just testing off. Yeah, just having fun, relaxing, preparing for the next day. We'll get rooms, no problem there, and take your long rests if you'd like.
What is our...
I have a couple of
Lost
things
bar.
I'm going to do that evening.
All right.
No,
So,
sorry, I was just...
oh, go ahead. Well,
No, I was just gonna ask cost of our rooms, because I'll cover for everyone.
Okay. Just it would be 1 gold, so 10 silver, so it comes out to 1 gold. If you all want separate rooms.
I guess it's fine for us to have a little bit of privacy. We have been up in each other's grills for a while now. Good night.
Good night.
good night.
I'm not going up to my room yet. I'm staying downstairs.
What is Desiel doing?
After whoever's going upstairs heads upstairs, Desiel will walk out the front door.
All right. So I suppose Tempest, you would see that. Rest of you upstairs. Where are you going? Or do you want to message me?
No, I
Sure,
mean,
perfect.
that's fine. I'm going to go walk to the tree where Amnel was in, the tree where we met near the house.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull Eddie out from under my cloak, and I'm going to have a little conversation with him. I'm going to say, my friend, I need you to go to the room where you found the key earlier, and just find a dark corner up in the ceiling somewhere where you won't be seen. And just stay there. Unfortunately, I need you to stay there for the night, so as you know. But we'll come back for you tomorrow evening. So when we return, I will contact you like I do, and I'll send him that way. And as he starts to crawl that way, I will cast enhance ability Cat's Grace on him.
Okay. Very good. So you have your spidery friend on your hand, his 8 eyes staring up at you. You give him his instructions. His front 2 legs kind of tap against your hand, as if to say he understands. Gitters down. His new cat-like grace, which for a spider is a terrifying idea. So, make a spider even more mobile.
And more stealthy, more important.
And more stealthy, yes.
And that's it. I'll watch through his eyes while he gets to the room, so that I know that he gets there safely. So before I leave, so if anything happens, let me know.
He is able to make it there without issue.
Okay. I head back to the tavern and to my room. When I walk into the tavern, I look over at the table to see if Tempest is still there. So I've been gone 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I'm probably still there. I went to talk to the barkeep for a little bit. I'll message you what I talked to him about. And then I would have just been sitting at the table, going over the notes and stuff, making sure nothing was missed.
All right. Yeah. So when you come back, you see Tempest at the table with papers spread all around it. So you head back upstairs to your room to get your rest.
Indeed. I'm going to add those 2 spells to my spellbook.
Will do.
Or I think I did it earlier, but anyway, I just wanted to make sure they're in there.
It is done. Yep.
Okay.
Long rests, everyone. Make sure you got that. Oh, excuse me. Marked off. So your plan is to head back to the house this next evening, yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of skim through the day as we get to that point. So kind of quick fire. Is there anything you guys want to collect, buy, look for, ask about before final preparations before you head down in there?
I actually want to head into town to buy something, but I actually need to grab some money with Desiel. I mean, first. Desiel, I think I'm gonna buy some supplies. How much gold could you spare me?
What do you need?
I don't know how much we have, and I don't know how much it's gonna cost. Could you spare me like 300, and I'll give you the rest back? Do we have that much?
Just absolutely. We've got plenty.
Okay.
All right. He pulls 300 gold out of the bag and gives it to you. Did you want it in gold? Do you want it in platinum? Gold, I saw.
I think it'll be less. It'll draw less attention. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. So I grab 300 gold, and I go asking around where I might find some healing supplies.
All right. Yep. So you are directed to and can find an alchemist's shop, or chemist's rather, where you can find what it is you're looking for?
Yes, I would like to see if there are any healing potions available.
Indeed, there are. You can find several just regular healing potions, as well as one. Oh, I always forget the tiers. So I
Greater
don't wanna
healing?
accidentally. I think great. Yeah, great. If greater is the next one, I believe it is. You could
I
find
think
one
it
of
is.
those, and then there are 5 regular healing potions available.
Good day, sir. Would you mind telling me how much are the potions, the regular ones and this really potent one?
Indeed. I don't know prices. uh, It's not going to help me out here. Okay, there we go. It is 50 gold pieces for the smaller potions. And there is no price on this one.
It's free.
If it doesn't, yeah, there's
Twice
no.
as good.
It has no tag, so it must be free. That is really annoying that it doesn't have the prices for that.
Twice
I
as
will
good, twice as
say-
expensive.
Yep, 100 for the greater healing potion.
Actually, pretty useful. I'll take the very good one, and then I'll take 3 of the lesser ones, please.
Pleasure to do business with you.
Yes, and
Go
I'll
ahead
hand
and-
him the 250 gold.
Yep.
And I'll just tie them on my belt. I have like a little space for potions that I carry. Then I return to the tavern.
Anyone else before the evening?
I go for my morning run.
Yeah, I was gonna say my only goal for today was to try to wake up before Pep and like be standing in front of his door ready for him to come out so I can finally beat him for the morning run.
I mean, I haven't
Okay.
drunk in a while. Maybe I'm off my game.
He's in withdrawal.
Easy.
He's got the shakes.
Yeah. So,
He's off the juice.
in assuming both of you get a long rest, because you're not waking up before the long rest is completed, I would assume.
Yeah.
Both of you roll initiative to
Okay.
using the alternate definition of it, or I guess the definition of initiative. And Pep, you will do so at disadvantage,
Oh boy.
as you are.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, with
Oh
disadvantage,
my
right? So
Disadvantage, yep.
Cool. Really cool.
So you're able to get up um, as he is kind of getting ready. So you're up, you're shaking away the sleep, getting your sword and everything ready. And you think, oh, I've got him, and you head over to see him as he opens his door, fresh to head out.
you're late.
Ah. Okay, I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I'm not as talented as you. Waking up really early. How do you do it?
It's okay. I've just been thinking of like 2 things the entire night, so don't mind me.
What have you been thinking about?
You don't want to know.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, just more alcohol.
Mm.
And actually, it's a good thing you're here. Actually, I was gonna wake you anyways.
Oh,
Yeah, we can talk on the run, and
Okay,
I'll
let's go.
start running.
All right. Do you go out on your morning run?
So, uh, um, so, like you said that your like friend is the Raven Queen, right?
yeah, we're really close. Her and I.
Uh-huh. And like, you're is like the Raven Queen like a good person or like a bad person?
I mean, she saved my life, so, 1 point for her already on that front. Second point, she gave me powers to protect myself. How could she be bad?
Okay, and so like, does the Raven Queen get like mad if like people like look into her business or anything?
Like what kind of business are we talking about?
I don't know, like go to visit her or like.
Oh, no, I'm sure she would love friends, because from what I remember from the Feywild, they told me that she was beautiful and cold. I think I heard the word lonely, if I remember it right. Yes, definitely lonely. So, if she feels like, lonely, she might need friends. So,
Oh, okay. So she wouldn't be mad. Okay, good. That's
yeah.
good to know.
But this is kind of random coming from you, Pep. Why are you asking?
Oh, like I was well, I just wanted to know more about this guy's house we're going into, scoping it
Yeah.
out. Sometimes when people ask me, like my old manager, he used to ask me to like break people's knees or fingers, if they didn't do certain things. Um, but I always made sure that, they were, not awful people or
Oh,
anything,
that's
right?
nice of you. Yeah.
Only do that to awful people. So I wanted to make sure if this guy was an awful person. So I went to go look at his research. And he just like, there was a lot of like technical stuff written on it that I just don't understand at all. Like something like the word entomological or something like that. And
I don't know what
whatnot.
that means
But I
either.
said, like, I did notice a lot of like Raven Queen stuff.
Wait, what? So this guy is friends with the Raven Queen?
Well, I don't know if he's friends because he hasn't met the Raven Queen, I'm pretty sure from what I read. But he like really wants to like go there and meet her.
See, I met somebody who's met the Raven Queen, so already I'm better friends with her than him. So,
So
but,
this guy is like not a bad guy because he wants to meet the Raven Queen or anything, right?
well, Pep. Some people wanted to meet you after you broke their kneecaps and fingers, right? They're not all good people just because you wanted to meet them, right? Or they wanted to meet you.
That's true.
Yeah, so, interested in the Raven Queen. I must protect her. What else did you find out? He's
I
just
had it
really
in my
obsessed with
note.
her?
Do you know anything about the Shadow Veil?
Yes, I know this one. Okay, so the Shadow Veil is like what she protects, and that's where she's from or something like that. I don't remember, but it's really important. Yeah, I'm reading the
Okay.
notebook as we're running.
I'm
But the problem is that the prisoner that she's keeping prisoner is kind of really angry with her, so he's trying to break out of the Shadow Veil. So it's weakened, and that's how we got to the Feywild. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if this is like against your like whole death cult rules or like your beliefs, but like what this guy said, and I didn't really understand what he said, but I think what he was saying was like the Shadow Veil is the Raven Queen.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
And I was like, okay. And this guy was also looking up something called Shardar Kai. I don't know what that is.
Oh wait, that's her prisoner.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, maybe you should talk to this guy. He seems to know a lot of stuff about your stuff.
maybe I should, Pep. Thanks.
But maybe after we rob him. Or before. I don't know. We're going to rob him today, right? Or go
Wait.
into his place.
Wait, which professor are you talking about? Is it a professor we're talking about, or is there another professor I need to know about?
Oh, I went to go look up Parlin's research.
Oh, that complicates. So you don't think I should talk to him before we rob him? Because what if we rob him and he's like, "Hey, you robbed me."
Okay, but
and
if
then he
you
won't talk to me.
But if you go talk to him and then we rob him, then he's gonna be like, "Who robbed me?" Maybe this weirdo that just talked to me before I got robbed, you'd be like the first person he thinks of. But if you talk to
Oh,
him
really?
after, you're gonna be like, "Oh no, you got robbed. I'm so sorry." You know, like you can act consoling.
Really wise, Pep. Okay,
Oh,
so
thanks.
rob him, then talk to him.
Yeah, he knows a lot about your stuff. I just thought you should know.
Okay, thanks, Pep.
No problem. Okay, last stretch, and I'm gonna start.
The two of you complete your morning run with your academic converse. I just imagine you're like pulling papers while you're running. And you're leaving a trail behind you that you then, on the way back, you scoop them all up. But you spend the rest of the day awaiting nightfall, resting and preparing for your incursion. And
Oh,
sure
I
enough,
would've bought like 2 torches.
no problems. Just go ahead and mark that on your sheet.
Oh,
I say
yes.
like you have a physical sheet that you're using.
I would like to go into town and find some rope.
Yep.
Because I realized that I do not have rope last night.
No problem.
If
We're
you
able
really
to
need it, I can
find
give
that
you
very
mine.
easy.
Not really using.
I'll probably do this while M-Nail's out. Well, we're all out doing our things. I'll just
Yep.
go.
While everybody's out doing their own.
I'll go buy 2 silk ropes.
No problem. Stuff like that's very easy to find in any kind of city. This one is no exception.
And I guess a few torches as well, since Tempest. D&D Beyond keeps giving me an error page. I'll spend the gold when it loads.
Yeah, when it
Yeah. There we go.
eventually. All right. So as night falls, as I fix the music, as night falls, you will gather, or after night has fallen, you will gather underneath the same tree where the 4 of you had previously. Now is all 5. And the house stands as ever it did. Still imposing against the night. What is the plan of attack?
Ezio, what do we do?
Well, everyone is prepared. I have. Let me mark the gold off. I require some ropes and some torches, and I don't know that we will need them, but I imagine, we go and we sneak in, see if the back door is still open. Once we get close, I will take a look and see where Eddie is, and therefore perhaps where the key is, if the key is still in the same place, if there are people there. Once we have a better idea of the situation, then we can decide what to do, no? Oh, last night I went and I took Eddie and I had him go spy on the key for us. So, unfortunately, we spent the evening apart. So,
Oh,
I'm looking forward to getting over there.
Must have been lonely.
A little bit. But, yeah, he's good. He's waiting. So I suppose once we get there, we'll find out what we can from him. And then we can go and see if the back door is still unlocked. And wing it, no?
Yeah,
we
wing
need
it. That sounds.
we need to get the key and get the key to the basement.
Wait.
Uh,
How do we get to the basement?
oh. So as you go in the door and
Okay.
hey, didn't you link a map? Just from memory. So as you go in the door, and then there's another door you have to go through, and then you turn right, and then that goes down. There's another door that goes down to the cellar.
Okay.
I found that door. I found the door to the cellar last night. So once we have the key, we can get to the cellar. No problem.
So are there people inside? Can Eddie see anybody in there?
Once we get close over by the tree, I
Oh.
should be able to tell.
I thought we were under the tree. Sorry.
Okay. I don't know. I attempt to see through Eddie's eyes. I lean against the tree.
Lean your head back and into the eyes of your familiar. He's actually sitting on the same, on top of the same fireplace that the key is on, kind of tucked back behind some of the architecture. You see the key is still there, as well as swinging his eyes. There is also a single person in the room, a young blonde elven man, sitting reading a book at the moment, while the fire gently crackles underneath Eddie, kind of shedding orange light over the room.
So he's facing the fireplace,
Facing the fireplace.
and the key is in some kind of, like, I've been picturing it like the thing that the rose is in Beauty and the Beast, like this glass dome over it. Like, what's it in?
It's kind of on this holder that's sitting on the fireplace. There's nothing covering it.
Okay.
It is just on that. What is that? I mean, I know there's a term, but like a stand.
Gotcha. Okay.
I guess.
Does the
that looks
stand
designed to hold this key?
Does the stand look like it probably weighs more than 10 pounds?
Probably.
And the info we got on the stand was that there was a mechanism holding the key on it that was trapped or something. Am I confusing two different things?
I believe that is what you were told.
Let me see. Entryway. Front had a lock with a deadbolt. Not much in the way of traps. The pedestal where the key was kept was trapped. Pedestal is the word you were looking for. Probably. That's what you used before.
Possibly.
Yeah, okay.
I think I was still searching for it
Yeah.
then.
So the pedestal where the key was kept is trapped. So there we go. Well, the key was the key on the mantle last night.
Yes, it was.
So it hasn't moved.
So it has not moved.
Okay. Well, the key is still in the same place. It is on the mantle. Eddie is there. There is one individual inside reading a book, facing the fireplace, and therefore the key.
We need to get inside, unlock the back door so we can get inside, but we need to somehow get past the people to not raise suspicion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I have an idea, but it might be stupid, so, if you don't like it, we don't have to do it. But, like, now that I've been, so open with you guys and, all my deepest, darkest secrets, I was thinking maybe I just go knock on the door and, cause a scene because I'm really good at that, and then you guys can go in through the back door, and then I will also go through the back door somehow. I haven't gotten that far, so that's where I need your help finishing this plan. I only have half the plan. Dilemma.
It is not a terrible idea, but something tells me that we work better together.
Okay.
I think the distraction is not a terrible idea. That's definitely our plan C, maybe B. But let's see if you guys can, because clearly you're all book smarts all of a sudden. Now I feel truly stupid, but that's besides the point. Everyone has a bunch of papers and parchment they carry all around, and I'm just an idiot. But still, the thing that I was going to ask is, do you think Eddie could try to see how many people are there? Because they seem to be quite static. Like Tempest said, they don't really move much. So maybe you could kind of like, you know what? There's like those mazes that you solve that they come, that you can buy the parchment and solve them. How it's smarter to start by the end and try to make your way backwards towards the beginning. Maybe Eddie can do that. He can like walk from the key to the back entrance, and he can maybe find a place that isn't guarded.
Okay. Yes, we could do that.
Oh, before you doze off again, I shouldn't forget this. And I pulled 2 of the healing potions, the regular ones. I bought this. This is only if you're down and neither Tempest or I are anywhere close. This is a healing potion. So generally the 3 of us, and I point to Pep and Lyra, we're generally kind of together, and generally the 2 of you are kind of together. So I'm gonna give 1 to Lyra and 1 to Desiel.
Awesome.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
that should, because it's not only for yourself, but because I see that we kind of generally when things go badly, we tend to cluster like the 3 of us and the 2 of you guys like farther behind. And I'm giving 1 to Desiel because if you're hurt, either I or Tempest can help you. But if Tempest is really hurt and I'm far away, you're the only one that might be able to help her. And the same thing here. And I just want to keep a few on me in case I run out of juice, out of Umbral Lord juice, if you will.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, please go ahead.
No, thank you. And what is it that I'm adding to my inventory?
It's a potion of healing, like a regular
A
potion
regular
of
potion.
healing. Yeah. I gave you guys 2 of them, and I have a regular now and a big one, like a greater potion of healing.
Okay, thank you.
Is it still raining?
No, it is not.
What?
Okay.
What's
Okay.
what?
I have another idea. It's not part of the other plan, but this can be thrown into the plans if we're just all throwing plans into a mix. I start a fire. Small fire contained right there, and I'll point to like some trees across the house. And you know they'll be like, "Wow, fire!" And they'll run out of the house so we can run in.
Even you
And,
seem to think this is a very silly plan.
Being sober kind of changes everything. You know?
Do you know, though, I was thinking of a fire, like if a fire in the kitchen, similar to your plan, but perhaps a little less, you know. But one of them would have to be cooking for that to work, and then we'd have to get in and somehow make things worse. So
Here,
the fact
I'm
that
all out of plans.
they are inside makes these difficult. But yes, I mean, we can find out where others are. It's simply a matter of how do we get to the key, which is right in front of somebody. I mean, I could do invisible, but then
Yes, I was good. I think the biggest difficulty is getting all of us to the entrance rather than getting the key. I think if all of us
Really?
can get to, well, you can go invisible or
we just go to the back entrance. It should be easy. Everyone should be able to get there, no?
isn't it not on the first floor though?
No, the back entrance is on the first floor.
No, yes, but I mean the entrance to the maze thingy.
I mean, the door goes to the cellar is right there on the. It's not far from the rear entrance.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That makes
It'd
sense.
be weird to have a cellar door on a different floor, I think.
No, because I don't know. I don't know why. I thought it was like
Uh,
a thing that was constructed like to the outside. Like instead of a window, it had that, and then it was like a stair. like stairs that went from the second floor directly into the ground. I don't know why I was visualizing that way. Don't ask me. I'm
Fine.
dumb. 9 intelligence. This is what I call great role playing.
No, the cellar usually is on the ground floor, and so we are going to the cellar, and so.
Where I come from, people just fly everywhere. So, you know,
Oh, I mean,
concepts of floors are very abstract.
if you just want to fly into it, you can do that.
I wish. I really try. I tried a few times actually. That's a bit of a trigger also. I think that's a bit rude of you to just bring up.
Oh, forgive me, I didn't know it was a trigger.
Well, I mean, of all wing types for someone to choose, I think skeletal, rotten looking wings generally aren't.
I was not
for
thinking
some-
about using the wings as flying because, well, I was thinking just like magic flying, not like wings flying.
I wish.
No.
Don't have those either. But anyways, well, if you think we can get the key, I don't think we need any sort of distraction. If we can make sure that there's no one inside, which I believe we could relatively easily with Eddie.
Yes. It's simply we could find out if we could get everyone to the back door, and when there's nobody in those rear rooms, hurry up and get to the cellar. The only problem remains is getting the key away from the person that is sitting 10 feet from it. Or
You know
20
what
feet
gets
from it.
people out of chairs? Just say
Fire.
What gets people.
fire.
Yes. Do you know what else tends
Say.
to get people out of chairs? Oh. Spiders.
Could we not just make
Well-
it sound like someone's calling her name or something?
Do we know the name of the person sitting in the chair?
I mean, you were there yesterday. Have you heard them? Eddie's been sitting there the entire time. Like, maybe he knows.
One of you like turn invisible.
Yes, I can do that.
Why don't we just turn invisible and get the key?
Yeah.
Okay, that we can do.
Because is the person looking directly at the key?
They're facing the mantle, I believe, reading the book. So looking at it, no. Paying a whole lot of attention to it, probably not.
Yes, but facing it. So if the key disappeared, they might notice.
They might, perhaps.
But if you take the key, that's an interesting question. You that are more of the arcane persuasion, if you carry something while you're invisible, does it also go invisible?
Just typically.
Oh, well, that's terribly helpful.
Okay, I ask Eddie to make his way towards the rear door, where I carried him in the night before.
So he. Well, I guess you can't see what he does because you're not looking.
Well, I will once I tell him to do that. I will
Okay.
watch to see what rooms, as far as like where people are, where.
So he passes around the chair that the elf is sitting in, and then out into that hallway. And then looking out to either side, both of the doors directly off of that kind of common area are closed as they were. Or you didn't head up there last night. Or yes, you did.
I went up to the second floor.
It was Tempest who left that floor. That's right. Yes, those rooms, just as they were last night, are closed, and then the stairs are directly in front of where we're going down to the main room. You can have him like look around, or is he just going to?
Trying to get to the back door and see if he notices anybody. See if I notice anybody. Whether hearing anyone or seeing anyone. Anywhere in particular.
So when he heads down the stairs to the first floor, obviously the door to the cellar is right there, and then from the room slightly farther down, deeper into the house, from a slightly open or slightly ajar door, there's a small amount of light, torchlight or candlelight coming out, and then the sound of a violin being played softly.
Where is this again?
So from the room past the cellar, so you're coming down the stairs around the
Yes.
back, along the back of the house.
Okay.
The cellar door is right in front of you to the right, and then just a little bit farther down that hallway. It's like the next room down that hall.
Okay. And that's away from the rear door, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It is actually, this is perfect. It is directly across from the room you come out of.
Okay.
Coming
From
from
the
the
rear
back door, the
entrance.
room you come out of from the rear entrance is directly across from that.
Okay. And I'll have him keep walking towards the rear entrance.
He trundles along the floor, skittering with. Well, like he definitely wouldn't have cat's grace anymore. It's been many hours. And back out to the rear door, which looks like it has been relatched since last night.
Okay.
There is no one in the way.
While Desiel has dozed off looking at Eddie, I'm going to take a second to just look around, see if there's anyone looking at us.
Right? Make a perception check.
Guide me. I'm gonna guide myself.
Yes, Amnail just says, "Guide me," and then
Like a column of light just appears. Yeah, 25.
all right. Yeah, so you get like
regular
his
roll.
eyes just expand and grow. You know, you see the light reflecting off the back of his eyes. There doesn't appear to be anyone watching you. Although sitting atop one of the house or the building that you're kind of in front of on the other side of the street of the house, there is an owl perched on the corner looking down at all of you. Not like specifically like staring at you, but just looking around.
But it
As
is
you
the
look
middle
as you
of the
look
day.
up to it is the
Is it
middle of
No,
the
it's
nighttime
night.
nighttime.
already?
It's nighttime.
Still.
Owls during the night. As you look at it and give it a once over, its eyes meet yours for a moment. Or it turns away and looks into the grass. See it like twitching its head, triangulating noises from beneath it.
Can I minor illusion like a mouse running past its field of vision?
You certainly can.
I want to see if it goes after it.
Now, minor illusion is just a visual effect, yes?
Yeah, but
Yes,
I'm hoping if I send it through its field of vision, that maybe it's like, ooh, twitch.
I will make it, if you say that you'll do that to me, I'll
Yeah.
actually help you with the sound, because I can create sounds of, like, animals and stuff. I'll just make a little squeak of a rat.
Teamwork.
Okay,
Makes
yeah,
it
so you
green.
do that. The owl's head snaps in that direction and silently floats down, strikes at the grass, yanking up a tuft of grass, before flying back up to its perch and like dropping the grass behind it, disappointed and kind of tilting its head, confused.
Sorry, Owl, but that answers that question.
Yeah. Honestly, Desiel has Eddie. Nothing stops me from thinking that A random wizard might have an owl as their Eddie.
Am I back yet? Am I still watching?
Yeah, at this point you've reached Eddie has reached the door.
Okay. So I'll have him just sit in the corner, and I'll come back. Well, there's the person reading the book. There is somebody playing a violin, but they are behind the closed door. Other than that, the rear entrance, that room is the way to the cellar is clear. It's locked again. Somebody locked the door. But other than that, it's just a matter of getting in, getting the key, and getting the key to the cellar, and then everyone.
Was there a reason we couldn't pick the lock to the cellar?
That's actually a pretty good point.
We could just magically do it.
Like, I can understand why Andrew couldn't, but
I asked about that. I don't know. Well, what was? I don't have it in my notes or anything about not being able to pick the door.
What Andrew and Catherine told you is that they tried and were unable to.
Okay.
It seemed a very complex lock.
Gotcha. Okay.
It didn't seem, at least as far as they could tell, to have any magical defenses, but it was a very difficult, complicated lock. They were unable to pick it, so they had to find it.
should we not just try that first then?
Yes, I was
Certainly.
going to say.
We could certainly try picking the lock.
I mean, I don't know about Catherine, but I have way more faith in Desiel than I do Andrew. So.
Well, Jess, thank you. I appreciate that. But if I am to go and attempt to pick the lock, knowing what we want to do afterwards, I guess is a good idea. But I guess either way, I can go in, and once we get in the back door, the rest of you can all wait near the back door for either me to open it again or to signal you otherwise to come in.
Yeah, like send Eddie or something and we can be sneaky.
Okay. Okay, I remember there was a fence around the entire compound. Was the gate locked?
The gate was locked last night when you approached it. Yes.
Okay.
Because you had to pick it to proceed.
Yeah. Do we want to go through the gate? Do we want to everybody go over the fence? What are we wanting to do?
Ooh, I think over the fence would make a lot of noise, especially Pep and myself.
Okay. And I guess
Before you go, I'm just going to give you a little tap on the shoulder. You got it. I'll cast guidance on you.
As Nael was like, it's going to make a lot of noise. Tempest is already like halfway up the fence. I'll just climb back down then.
Well, honestly, to be fair, she's probably not going to make too much noise, but all this metal stuff on Pep and myself is the true problem.
Makes sense.
Actually, I should be fine.
Really? Well, okay.
What do you have?
Then I guess I'm.
You have a chain shirt now?
Yeah. It's a lot more quiet.
Well,
But
I guess
that
if you
being
guys
said,
want to
I'm not
jump
used
around.
to being, quiet, so I like the signal plan better.
Yes. And are you able to help us all move more quietly, more stealthily? By any chance? Is that something you can do?
Unfortunately, I am not a guardian, if you will, and I do not have ability to pass without a trace.
I see. Well, I guess I'll go and open the gate.
All right. So as we begin our journey into the house, we're going to take a quick break. It will be a quick one this time around. We will see you all back here in just a few minutes and see how this all shakes out. Welcome back. everyone. From our break, we actually kept it short this time. Always,
No, we haven't.
relatively speaking.
I feel like 20 minutes is reasonable. Some of us have to eat lunch, okay?
Regardless of how long the break actually was, history will remember it as being a short break. I will make sure of that. We are
I
back.
can't hear it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Everybody's good.
Wait, what?
Everybody's good?
It's showing sound is all good. Yeah.
Yep, everybody's good. I couldn't
Okay.
hear Drew at the beginning, but now I can hear him.
Right.
No. Okay. I'll just talk louder. Diziel, you were about to open the gate of Andreas Parlin's house, yes?
Yes.
As it is locked, you test it. Go ahead and make your Thieves' Tools check, if you would like to pick it. 18, yep. You remember just crevices to slide the picks into and easily slides open.
Now, I guess my guidance was automatically used on that one, right?
I think you can choose,
can
but
choose?
it's within the.
Okay.
Yeah, add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll hurry up and scurry on over to the back door and try and pick that lock.
All right, go for it. With your guidance, assuming you'd like to use.
I'm clicking on all the wrong things. There we go.
Ooh, there you go.
18 again.
Also
Double
an 18. Perfect. Again, you just calling on your memories of last night. You just feel the lock sliding back into the door. It opens silently. Down on the floor, in the corner, just behind the door, leaps out a very excited-looking spider.
Okay. I take Eddie and I tuck him under my coat and I pull the door closed. And I pull a little copper wire out and I point at him now and I say, "We're good to go. Come on. Do the back door."
It's our time. We're good to go. I think he opened everything. Let's go.
I'm sad I didn't get to set anything on fire, but fine, let's go.
Well, you might
Yeah.
still have a chance down there.
Yes.
Yes.
So out
All
of
right.
curiosity, so if he doesn't specifically choose to say anything back to me, but then he just starts talking, do I hear what he's saying? No, because he's not actually responding to the message.
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have
They can
to
choose to do that, yeah. I'm going to start adding you can
Here's
respond
what-
to this message because you always forget to respond.
I have half a neuron. I am sorry. But yes, we're making our way. Making our way.
You can't do that. You can't do it on your own
Can't do
thing.
it to yourself.
Someone else has to say it.
That's why I did it, because it
Yeah.
wasn't intentional.
New rule,
yeah.
you can't say it if you say it.
We will be. Damn, it's really hard to think of a synonym. We will be.
Yeah, how do you think I felt?
We will traverse
We
the
will-
distance.
Yes,
Yeah,
there you
we
go.
will be.
How about let's walk over there?
There you go.
Bringing that Australian vocabulary to you guys. Yeah.
Go on walkabout.
That's slang. I don't think I've heard that one before.
Let's go on walkabout.
Stop.
Okay, so I imagine we are going quietly, or as quietly as we could.
Yep.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
each,
cast guidance on
assuming-
myself, because this is gonna suck.
Yep. So each of the four of you make your stealth checks.
this. Okay, not terrible. $19.
Not terrible.
Well, I do have disadvantage, but I did roll really well. I rolled a 17 and a 15, so.
Oh, look at that. It does. Huh. Interesting. Right, so then, Tempest, you just need to roll.
I'm trying. It's not doing it. Let me refresh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, Lyra.
Right now we're averaging a 14.
Oh.
Oops. I'm gonna
Can't you
re-roll
re-roll?
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
for goodness sake.
Is that a sorcery point?
Yeah. But that seems like a really bad way to start off this entire mission.
Much better.
Thank you, God.
It's like a 15 average.
You guys are kind of hustling, running low to the ground in the bushes, and then Amnil, you turn back and see Tempest catch her foot on a root and kind of start to fall, but then almost float for half a second above the ground before catching herself and landing without landing quietly enough.
I look up to see if anyone saw, and just there's panic in my eyes.
I'm gonna make eye contact with you. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna continue making.
All right, you turn around to see the face of a surprised chipmunk looking back at you.
It's a very. I noticed when I did it. It's a very Rowan Atkinson face, like a very Mr. Bean, like.
Yes. But you all join Desiel at the back door. Even though they're reasonably quiet. Desiel, with your experience, you're wincing, seeing them go across. But there are no cries come from within the house. You are all together at the rear door.
Where is the entrance?
This is the entrance. I have unlocked it. This is the rear entrance.
No, I mean to the cellar.
Oh, well, as you go in, well, I have to get the key first. I just wanted
Are we not going to try picking it first?
Aren't you going to try?
I'm going to try picking it first. But then if I can't pick it, then I'm going to go get the key.
Yes.
So we are just going to hang out in the cellar while you go?
No, you are going to. We need to be able to get into the cellar. So you are going to hang out back here. I am going to go in and attempt to pick the cellar door lock.
Okay. Wait, important question. Be fire or distraction, like somebody knocking on it?
If you hear me crying out inside, perhaps just come in fingers blazing.
Yes.
I need a drink.
Hopefully you don't have to do either, but I wanted you here in case things go bad inside, you will not be all the way by the tree.
Okay, chop chop. And as I'm doing this movement, I'm tapping you on the shoulder and casting guidance.
I also wanted that.
Yeah.
So I'll open the door and let Eddie kind of skitter over towards the cellar door. See if the way is still clear.
It is. The sounds of the violin are still coming from the door a little bit farther down, but the path to the cellar room is clear.
Okay, I'll head that way.
Let's go ahead and make a stealth check for you.
moment of tension.
There's violin sounds. Yeah. I'll just use the guidance.
Okay.
12.
So as you kind of push open the door that leads to the outside corridor with the stairs, the hinges on the door kind of creak ever so slightly in this quiet area, in this situation, sounding to you like a cacophony. You gently slip past without opening further, and the sounds appear to continue as they were as you slide past the door towards the cellar room door.
I will get to the cellar room door and so there is a stairway that comes down and then a hallway besides that, and then like the violin is down the hallway, right?
Yes, so you have just gone past the violin room, up the hallway towards the stairs.
Oh, okay.
So you're kind of curling back around to the outside of the house.
All right, so I walked past the room with the violin.
Yes.
Okay. But I should be able to continue to hear the violin from where I will be at the cellar, correct? At the cellar door?
Yes, it's the room, pretty much the room next, not directly next to it. There's a little bit of a gap, but yeah, it's the room just down the hall.
All right. Then I will head to the cellar door and attempt to pick it.
Right. So the door in front of you is just a standard wooden door, like on the rest of the rooms in the house, and you slide that open into a small, looks like a small storage room that then has stairs descending down beneath the house. And at the bottom of those stairs is a banded metal door with a large keyhole directly in the center of it, sitting at the bottom of these stairs.
I'll try and pick it.
All right, go for it. These tools.
First, I'll investigate for any traps.
All right.
I mean, I know they already told us there weren't any, but might as well.
Make your investigation. No traps that you can see. Although you do, kind of sliding your hands along the outside, you find a little piece of string that's kind of bridged across the door. It looks like designed so that if the door opens, it will snap, like it's very thin string. It will snap. But you were able to remove that so as to not arouse suspicion.
Okay. I'll attempt to pick the lock.
All right, go for it.
Oh, nice!
You guys want to know what the DC was for that check?
25?
25.
It was 25. It was 25.
I like
And
that
so
we
on
were
your-
almost not going to try that. Like, we were just going to go
Yeah.
for the key. And then I was like, wait, hold on.
That is beautiful. Yes,
You wasted the guidance before.
before I would, yeah.
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 I was like,
This
well,
could have been such a high check.
yeah, I was just like,
There was always a chance. So you slide in your picks, and you're going about the process of normally picking a lock, and then after a few seconds, you feel the entire mechanism rotate, and the tumblers slide back into place, and you realize, this is like a timed opening mechanism. So all of the tumblers have to be done in a certain, like once the pressure is activated, it has to. So you think, okay, and then deftly just tick, 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 and the lock. You hear 3 bolts on the top, middle, and bottom of the door open, and the door is unlocked.
I stop and listen for the violin.
You still hear it?
All right. What were you about to say, Walt?
I was gonna ask how loud that was, because if I heard it.
No, you will not have heard it. Basically, it's almost only audible because he's touching the door, like because he's in contact with the mechanism. It's just a shunk, shunk, shunk.
All right.
Gotcha.
So I'll not cross the threshold of the door yet. I will just leave it there, slightly ajar, unlocked. I'll just put a little something in to wedge it open. In my inventory.
One of the fucking
I'll pull out my little bag of sand, and I'll just wedge it right in the door so that it doesn't close. That was a background thing. Finally used the little bag of sand. Oh, first time, first character.
Desiel's
No.
magical door jam.
Yes, Desiel's magical door jam. And then I will head back out, look up and down the hallway, and I will send Eddie up the stairs to check and make sure nobody's coming.
The area on the second floor is empty.
All right, then I will pull out my little wire and point at the door. And to Amnel, I will say, "Okay, I am in. Come down the hallway quietly."
Okay, we will make our way. It's time. I think we gotta go. He says it's all open.
I cast message again. Make a noise.
And it's on myself. Yeah. And we will traverse the distance.
All right.
Towards
Are you
the
all
sun.
going as a group?
Yes, I will walk.
I'm going
Good.
very quietly.
All right.
Yeah.
Or what is, for all of you, hopefully the final time, make a stealth check.
And I'm like
Final time.
looking down the hallway. I should be able to see them coming, correct? So I can guide them.
Yes.
Okay. Towards me. That wasn't a 1. That's...
Yeah, that's a lot more like it.
You have guidance.
Yeah, watch
I
it
need
be
a
a
girl.
1. Yeah.
What should
9.
be a 1?
Well, not much better. 6, 9.
It still averages out to over a 12, so.
It does.
Nice.
It does. So technically, better than.
Better than I did.
So Tempest, this time you are just tiptoeing.
I'm being extra cautious
You-
and
you are-
proving
you are
the superiority
watching
of just
where-
walking places.
Yes. And as you lead them all out, you see Amnail about to bump into the wall with a metal piece of his armor, and you just grab him, lean him away,
Kind of
Pat
chipmunk face
has
again.
Pat walking right in front of Lyra. She kind of has her hand on your shoulder, like as you go through. You feel her kind of slip behind you. You reach out a hand and stabilize her, and all four of you um, get to the back room with the cellar.
That violin sounds a lot like Buddhist monks. Just saying.
When it first started, it was just like the exact tone of Pep going, I started laughing. I couldn't not think of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a good violin sound in time.
It's just some Mongolian throat singing.
It's the same, really, honestly. You can tell the difference. Can we see
Maybe
the
that's
door
maybe.
now?
Yeah.
If you
like,
go into the room, yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of guide you. Like this way, this way, this way. Don't go through the door yet.
Okay, now that I can see the door, is there a lock on the other side? Or if it closes, are going to be weapons?
Are you going through the door?
I want to investigate.
Hopefully,
'cause you
Desiel just said, "Don't go through the door." Hopefully, she's not going through the door.
I'm not going through it. It's like,
that's because you're not going to be able to see the other side of the door
oh, it's not open
unless
yet?
you go
Okay,
No,
through the
it's
door.
like
no,
open
no.
like
Well,
this
it
much.
opens
Okay.
out into the room, not into the stairs. That would be kind of
Oh.
awkward.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you would have to open it out, step through, and look at the other side.
Never mind.
Once we're all there, okay. Can somebody detect and see if there's any alarms or anything on the door before we cross this threshold? Magically?
Not today.
You cannot.
Unfortunately, no.
I'm going to stare at the door really hard.
Same.
I take some of the remaining dirt from my pocket and just kind of throw it over the threshold.
I will do this. Okay, somebody keep watch. I'll begin casting detect magic ritually.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to. Sorry, I'm just gonna ask real quick. Do we need to hear each other right now? Because I could make the whole area quiet.
Hearing the violin continue to play is probably a good thing. So if
Okay.
everyone just does not talk, I do not think we need silence at the moment. We may need it when we're coming back out, I don't know.
Yeah. No problem.
It's like all of you are. See,
It was
here's
some
the
very
thing.
like energetic violin.
Yeah. See, the thing with the Syrinscape is I can type in violin music, but I have no way of actually knowing what kind of. So I just picked one and hoped maybe, but no. Let's try spooky ambiance.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Spooky.
So I sit down and I take out my wand.
Oh my god.
It just stops immediately. Okay.
No, we all heard, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with that. You sit there.
I can describe my
10
ritual
minutes.
if we're all just staring at each other. Like, are we waiting on something?
All right. Over the 10 minutes, you craft the ritual to detect magic. And as your eyes kind of this arcane mist descends over your eyes, and you seek about the door. It doesn't appear to have any magic on it.
I look around the room. Do I see any other magic?
You do on the ones that you and your compatriots are carrying.
Okay. I will continue to concentrate on it for 10 minutes, I guess. And
Right.
I'll walk up to the door and I guess push it open further. I'll say, it seems to be safe. And I'll pick up my little bag of sand, put it in my pouch, and head inside.
So you step out into what looks to be what was at one point the start of a cellar. So a maybe only 10 by 10 foot area is kind of dug out of the dirt and rocks around you. In the center of this area, there is the ground is kind of running along as dirt, and then it looks like the top or part of a stone ceiling kind of breaches the ground, and there is some of it has been knocked away, and there is now a sizable hole in the center of this stone. We're looking down. You can see hints of torchlight, and kind of marks along the side of the hole. It looks like a ladder was laid down, although you do not see one there at the moment. Look, if you kind of peer over the edge, you can see a dimly lit, wide room. The floor maybe nearly 15 feet below you, and you see it is covered, strewn all about on the floor with books, all of which have black leather covers and a single yellow ring on the front of them.
There's a bunch of books, you said, all with...
Yes, just scattered along the floor in various states of dirtied, torn. Some look relatively pristine, just kind of cast about around on the floor.
Do any of them seem magic?
They do not at the moment.
You said all of them had the same black cover, same single yellow ring?
Yep.
Does it like look like a symbol for anything, or is it just like a ring?
You can't tell from this distance.
Are we able to get in and close the door behind us?
Yep.
Okay. Since Lyra was going to, I'll let her check out the back of the door.
Okay, so on the back of the door, is there like, not like a doorknob, because I'm assuming this is a doorknob, but like, if it were to close, would you need to pick the lock again and get out, basically, is what I'm looking.
There would not necessarily be any way to tell that, I don't think. There is a doorknob.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily know if it would lock as soon as you closed it. It's a reasonable assumption.
Is there a way to disable the device?
You could look for something like that. If you were to investigate and kind of prod around on the inside.
I would like to do that.
All right.
Lyra, are you also investigating?
Yeah, because I'm a little bit worried that we're going to be trapped in.
While they're doing this, I'm going to light a torch.
A 23.
Finally.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna make
you,
your
with your...
all my rolling karma for the
all
past
just
2
been-
months.
just
I'm
all been
just saving
piling
it
up.
up for today.
You're gonna rummage around in the insides of the lock, and then you find a tumbler that almost feels a little bit loose and kind of rasps against the side of the chamber, and you find you're able to slide it up and stick it against kind of an outcrop on the inside. And then when you test the knob, you see the bolts like stick as they try to come out.
Okay, Lyra, does this look good to you?
Yep. Looks great.
Okay. I close the door.
The quiet sound of the door closing kind of echoes around the small dirt room. You want to shut off the sounds of the outside
Are there any?
So,
as soon as they stop. There we go.
Does anyone see any large rocks or something that we can like stick up against the door?
I go down and pick up some of the books.
No. Don't touch the books. Don't touch the
So
books.
you're not going down into the chamber.
Yeah, that's
the
15
books are
foot drop.
down. Yes,
Oh, okay,
15
okay,
foot
okay.
drop.
I
The
didn't
books
realize
are
how far into
down in the lower chamber.
Yeah. I don't think, like, why would they have reason to come here? I think if we put something, it'll just be kind of more like, oh, there's someone here type of thing.
I mean, I have my glaive that I can't really use. It's more just like a friendship present I can lean against the door if you're worried, but I don't see any rocks.
Are there any like basketball-sized rocks around, Drew?
Basketball sized. There are a number of loose rocks.
There's one over there.
Oh, wow, my eyes are so bad. I am so sorry.
No, perhaps one of you strong individuals wishes to put the rock against the door to help keep the door closed.
I've
Because
been training for this. I've got this.
okay,
Kind of choose the biggest rock.
the biggest rock.
The biggest rock, yep. Against the door.
Biggest rock ever.
You pick up the entire building and place it in front of the door. You can shove and eventually wedge a relatively large rock against the door.
While she's doing that, so I have made it so the door does not latch close. So I don't want somebody coming and accidentally bumping into the door or something stupid like that. You never know.
Yep.
At least this way the door is kept closed.
Yep, that's fair. So we are gonna have to jump, is that correct?
Jump or climb down.
Wait, is this the
Yeah.
hole?
That's not very fun.
I mean, you can jump if you want.
Okay. And I'll jump.
You're just hopping down.
And I'll, right before he jumps, I will try to cast Mind Sliver on one of the books.
Wow.
In one of the books.
Yes.
Now that's what I call distrust.
If it's a mimic,
Huh.
it's a living thing, and therefore Mind Sliver.
That's true. You are not able to, as you kind of cast your mind out through the weave, are not able to target anything within the book.
Guys, we've been in a library for 30 seconds and Desiel's already talking to them.
Okay, man.
So, Amnail,
Go ahead.
you step up. Whew. Falling through the cool air of the library below you, and you slam your feet down. Now, do you have anything that reduces fall damage?
Nothing. So I have to make a dexterity saving throw where I take a d6 of damage for every 10 foot falling.
That is correct.
Is that rounded up so it's 2d6?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just jumping.
I don't believe so.
So
It doesn't say
what
anything,
should
but
I
it just
roll?
says for every 10 feet. Yeah, so make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's gonna go really well. 15.
15. Yeah. So you land even on the unsure footing of kind of books beneath you. You hit and then tuck and roll. Not seeming much the worse for wear.
Okay. I can see in the dark, but I remember that they said something about not spending too much without light.
Yes, so the room you fall
I'm
into
gonna
is a rectangular chamber, the
call
walls
my
of which are just...
long sword, my newly acquired.
I could hear you, Drew.
Okay. I wasn't sure there for a second.
Yeah, I think one
I
of
was
your
like, oh,
mics-
is it gone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, you look up with drawing your sword into this a rectangular chamber. The walls lined completely with books. You see around kind of the outsides of the room. Okay, yeah. So the area you've kind of landed close to one of the walls in this chamber, and looking, the center is kind of recessed. There are steps leading down to what looks. You see the remains of several tables, the wood kind of eaten away and rotten now. But all around you, just covering the floors, some still on the shelves, covering what's left of these tables on the steps. Just more of these books. Black cover, yellow ring in the center.
Cool. I'm going to cast light on my on the hilt, not on the blade, because the blade is quite large, but just so that there is an immediate source of light to whoever joins me.
Meanwhile, I have pulled out a 50-foot silken rope, and I am looking around for some place to tie it off.
Yep, conveniently enough, there's a large rock against the door. You couldn't pretty easily tie that off against.
Is there something else that might hold us a little bit better? Because Amnail may have to climb up this thing later on.
You could you could always tie it off as well against like the outcropping of the rock. There are kind of jagged areas, or not jagged, but areas of it because the hole is kind of
Okay.
broken in. There are areas of that seem very solid.
I'll do that.
Right.
And test it and begin to climb my way down.
So you rappel down. Your momentum as you pull down the rope, kind of swinging you towards the wall, and you place your feet on it and begin letting yourself down. Eventually reaching the floor with Amnail into this room. The very dim torches that line the outside, barely illuminating the four doorways or the doorway at each of the corners of the room leading out. As you kind of look through, it looks to lead into essentially an identical chamber either side you look.
So, based on the map that Andrew drew, the creepy hallway would be to our right.
If you were to, let me make sure I got this pulled up. It would be to, as you're down in this, it would be off the chamber on your left, and then
We're
down.
literally where it says hole.
No,
Where it says
you
entrance.
are where it says entrance.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're coming south from the entrance, correct?
You are, as you come down, the room, the entrance to the room that leads down, is essentially what is north on this map.
Okay, so we're facing south. So facing away from where we came in the creepy hallway would be
To the right.
to the right.
Yes, and yes.
Okay. Did they tell us what the creepy hallway was?
It just says creepy hallway.
Okay.
If to the extent that Andrew would have told you anything, it would be it wasn't going the direction we wanted to go, so we didn't go too far down it.
I think we should all go this way.
Exactly
How-
what is the place that we have to go?
They wanted us to clear the path to the college, right? But I mean, how much exploring do we want to do down here, right? Like, we could just go there and do the thing. I mean, there's all of these different pathways that they clearly didn't look at. I mean,
We can go do the thing.
I don't know. What do you
and
guys want to
then-
do?
And then on the way back, if we want to explore, we could continue to explore, no? Let's go do the thing first and explore on the way back, or do you want to explore on the way there?
Yeah, we could also try to block off any like I don't know, like creepy hallways that we think might be a problem in the future that we find if we don't feel like exploring it.
Well, we're down here, so I'll go wherever you guys want to go.
When in Egath. That's a well-known saying, right?
Of course.
So yeah, I guess. Sword in hand, I'll take front and I'll keep a close eye if anything seems to be amiss. So we're heading left, correct? We're gonna head slightly ahead and then left.
Perhaps we just look down in the hole first to make sure that nothing's going to fly up out of the hole and hit us from behind.
Are we not gonna address the creepy books on the floor, or we're just walking past it? It's not our business. Cause I really want to.
She asks that, I'll pick one.
I definitely want to look at the books.
Okay, cool. Everyone's picking up a book.
Well, because I want to know, like, is this ring just a ring, or does it look like a symbol or something that we'd recognize?
Yes, so as those of you who want to do so, pick up these books. You feel now that it's closer and you're feeling it, the black cover is very textured, and you look more closely and there's very small characters like etched into the cover all the way along that you don't recognize. Looking at the ring in the center, you see snake scales along it. And then around the head, which is devouring the body, forming the ring.
Like an Ouroboros.
Like an Ouroboros.
Does that mean anything to us?
Not to any of you.
Before you open the book, you
Okay.
read.
You flip to an open page, or you
Ooh,
flip
full
it open to a page. Yes, and a spider. No, the binding kind of groans and like dust kind of puffs out as you open these dry, brittle pages. Flipping, you're immediately struck that the letters seem to curl out from the center in a series of spiraling lines, very tight, very close, tightly next to each other, almost barely even decipherable from each other in the center, and then radiating out just a string of. They are standard character, or like what would be the common characters, like the Arabic alphabet, but here. Or the Latin alphabet, excuse me. Here, but in random order.
Does there seem to be anything differentiating one book from another?
There does not seem to be. At least not that you are nothing immediately noticeable to you.
I'm gonna pocket the book.
I was about to take my book and just put it in the bag of holding.
If
check this out
if we
later.
compare one book to another, like the same page, the text looks the same, like the random
No,
letters.
the characters in the book are different, but there's
Okay.
not like there aren't like easily differentiating marks on them. Like there's no volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. but they are clearly different books.
To the hole?
To the hole.
Right, so you are heading
Around the right.
Yeah.
Well, our right. So looking at the map, around
Yes,
the
yes,
left.
yes.
Heading
Yep.
down towards the hole.
As you head through into the next chamber, which looks essentially the same. You know, obviously the books are scattered differently, but the same structure, the same books on the ground and on the shelves. Except on the, from your perspective, rightmost wall, in the center, there is just an arched doorway into pitch black. And as you're gonna look by, you peek down, and there is nothing but inky blackness past that point.
That seems like a whole bunch of nope for now. I say we just go right ahead and we
So-
deal with this at another point if we want to.
But the light doesn't carry down there or anything.
Yeah, so if you walk up to it with a torch, the torchlight will shine into the stone hallway that is essentially barren of anything. There's a slight breeze coming from down the hallway.
Weird question. Is the breeze, does it smell like musty, damp cave, or does it smell like it might be coming, like, leading to outside somewhere?
There is a slight sickly sweetness that you can't quite.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Goodbye.
You pass by the creepy hallway, around through the next chamber, and as you, no, I should have put this as a. I think I might get that in just a minute. As you pass into the middle chamber, next to the one off of which branches the hole, you hear from the other side, from the direction that is the correct way, the path that Andrew and Catherine took. Slight skittering noises. A sound of something rustling and kind of a mushy, smushing, mushy sound. General things like that. Just very faintly.
And where is this? I was putting the map up so that our viewers could see it. So in
To
the
the left.
okay, so where the statues are.
Yes, in that
The
direction.
chamber,
Okay.
the chamber
The
opposite
chamber
to the
leading to that. Yes.
And you said in the hole was just blackness and some kind of sweetness.
That was the
That was
hallway.
from the creepy hallway.
Creepy hole. Okay, gotcha. Sorry about that.
We're supposed to be clearing out the way, right?
Just so
Towards
far we've found
college.
nothing to clear.
the way.
Well, should we be drawing attention to ourselves so that it just come? Oh, okay, no.
So let's go fight the worst thing first, and then we can clear everything else out on the way back.
Okay.
If there is anything we
That's-
missed.
Which also reminds me, Tempest, would you mind holding your hand out? I'll take your hand and I'll touch both of our rings, and I'll cast Warding Bond on Tempest through our platinum rings, which lasts an hour. So should. Now let's try not to wander too far away from each other. Otherwise, this will not work. But You get a bonus of 1 to your AC. You have resistance to all damage for an hour.
I will happily take that. Thank you very kindly, Ameo. Is
I-
hoping we don't need it.
I cast Mage Armor myself.
Well,
You just
yeah,
have
that too.
You have a shimmering purple cloth around you.
I'm gonna
very
grasp the
faint.
edges of the shimmering purple cloth and tug it around me and cast Mage Armor as well. Now the shimmering cloth fades into like a blue glow.
And now Tempest has 24 AC. No, just kidding.
She's a pretty decent tank at the moment.
Oh, I'm
All right.
right.
So the yeah
So the hole?
at third.
So we already checked out the hole, right?
You checked
The creepy
or
hallway.
looked at passed by the creepy hallway.
Okay, sorry. Like I said, I was trying to get things set up.
Oh, you're all good.
All right, through the hole.
So the hole. I will just give a quick once over on the stairs before we go down the stairs from the chamber to the hole itself.
I take it back. I won't cast Mage Armor because I think that would then disregard the. Oh, I know.
No,
No. I
as
take
long
it back.
as it's not
I will do
actually
it.
wearing armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Putting
Okay, I'm
bonds
good.
not yeah.
Never mind. I do have it then.
And if we want, I have the map properly set up with a fog of war. I think, hopefully,
Oh,
and everybody see it.
yes.
I think you do. Yes.
Okay, you should be able to see just the bits I have revealed. Yes, so it looks mostly black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good. Lovely. So you head down in a point this way towards the hole. So you head down the stairs, stone steps that. Oh, I said reveal. I said reveal. Oh, I have to select the whole thing. Now this is not to scale, so the grid is not the 5 feet of
Gotcha. Okay.
that it would be. So do not fear for that. But yes, we can use that to mark where we're at. Lovely. You step down the stairs, and then the area around you opens up. As you come head down another 20 feet, even down the long stairs. As out in front of you stretches a wide, empty pit. That a light mist kind of curls around in the depths of the darkness. You hear the softest, distorted echoes coming from underneath. Nothing coherent or barely even noticeable. Any one noise.
Desiel, are you good at keeping track of time?
I mean, time is my thing, no?
Yeah, I mean, and I'll take a copper piece and I'm gonna light it, and I will drop it on the hole. Right before I let it go, I just say, let's see if we can try to guesstimate how deep this is, and I will let it go. 1, 2.
You guys are making me do gravitational force calculations now.
Yeah, now just how long it takes for it to fall.
As you watch the coin get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, the light becoming harder and harder to pick out until it's just the briefest flicker, a single star in an inky black sky. You faintly hear ding, ding, just ever so slightly.
I look over.
How long after?
It's pretty deep.
Nearly 30 seconds.
Yes. So
Did we see any
Probably
movement
not.
or anything as it was falling? Was there anything in the hole?
Not that you could see.
we should probably not mess with much with this for now.
I
at
mean,
least.
if we really wanted to go down, I could probably work out a way to get us down there, but that doesn't really seem that appealing to me, personally.
I second that.
Are you able to dispel the light? Perhaps don't leave a lighted coin down there, you know, for someone to find.
Done.
Okay. Well, apparently nothing to clear this way.
Yep.
Ready to go play with some
Let's
rats?
Yeah. I guess so.
You don't like rats?
Nah, not really. Yeah. And I'll start making my way back.
So you guys are heading out. You're all able to move your tokens, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but this isn't 5 feet per square, is it?
No, this is not to scale. I was just kind of fitting everything.
Okay.
In a four
But
massive
the area
tokens.
we're going now, it's over here.
No, that's the creepy
Okay.
hallway.
Over
We're going over
here.
here. Ah,
Oh, okay, here.
Lyra jumped on me.
Oh, very excited.
All right, so you head out towards the. As you step towards this room, the kind of skittering and swashing gets a little bit more noticeable. And stepping into a point where you can see the room, which looks like this.
Oh.
You see a rather grim scene as you enter from this top left. No. Oh, I was accidentally. I almost fog of war to the entire thing. That would have been anticlimactic. As you peek in through this door, you hear just the sound of flesh being ripped and bones scraped. These three yellow maggot-like creatures with thin tendrils bristling out from their backs, hurling back around to reach and kind of drifting in the air, hunch over what look to have been, at some point, the remains of three people, which are now in various states of bloodied consumption.
Ezio, I don't think those are rats.
Yeah. Dear.
So we came in from the left, I assume.
Yes, the top left here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're here.
Do I recognize what these things are? Based on either what Tempest described or just knowledge of things?
Yeah, and these are not entirely uncommon in a lot of places. These are Carrion Crawlers.
Ooh.
They are creatures which, scavengers which scour the dark places of the world, caves, mostly, although they will also hunt above ground at night. They follow dead or dying creatures and then set their venomous fangs into them, dissolving and consuming the flesh. This looks to be one which is fully grown, bulging out with its slimy body, reaching nearly. It's this kind of coiled bits around itself. Looks like maybe at fullest blush would be nearly 10 feet long. And then with feelers and tentacles extending out. And then two smaller creatures nearby tearing into one of the other corpses. The scent of death and blood is very fresh and immediate. For it did not die all that long ago.
As I assume it hasn't been 10 minutes yet since we entered, correct?
No.
Is there anything magical in the room?
Yes. In the center of this kind of pile, this mound, glow several items distinctly. There's a long, thin, evocative glow, kind of next to, just behind, underneath the shoulders of one of the corpses, maybe about 4 feet long. Make sure I've got this pulled up. A small with this.
This is truly disgusting. Oh my god.
Let's make sure I get all the schools of magic here. Okay. There's on the body that the two smaller creatures are ripping to shreds. A tickle of transmutation tucked into where one of the pockets would be. There is an abjurial, probably not a word, but an abjurial ring. As you can see, with your layered vision, a scarf wrapped around one of the necks, now bloodied, glowing with abjuration. This looks to have been an exploratory party of adventurers who met some ignominious end.
Okay, I think kill the creepy fucking things first, then we look, right?
Oh, okay. Can I do the fire thing now?
Sure, go ahead. I mean, honestly.
Cool. Out front. Ready?
You're stepping out into the room?
Well, no, you're not into the room. Like,
No, let me get back here.
out of the doorway. So that I can see them. Be able
Okay.
to cast something. Are you ready, guys?
And they're down 2 flights of stairs, so we'd have to be on the edge of the top to be able to see them, or...
You can see them because the stairs don't descend very far. It's like a few steps.
Gotcha, okay.
So it's not like a chasm. So you can see them from pretty much anywhere in the room, especially the larger one, which, and as such, they can see you. Were they to look?
Gotcha. Alright.
Here we go.
As she prepares, I will use telekinesis to shove the body that's on top of the 4-foot glowing rod 5 feet away to try and draw the Carrion's attention in that direction, and also uncover the 4-foot glowing rod.
Okay, so you're pushing it this way.
Yes.
Yep. So the body just glides across, leaving a trail of blood and viscera. As the head of the larger creature, and it skitters over.
Go, Lyra. You're up.
I cast Eldritch Blast. Second one doesn't
Eldritch Blast.
All right. Which one? So you're casting it twice. You're using your two. All right. So yes, the first hits. So let me pull up the aptly named Carrion Crawler battle. I don't have to go searching around for music for this one. It's perfect.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
meaty. As the arc of light just one striking, kind of splashing against the bulbous flesh, kind of splitting open the skin. White, mucusy blood starts to pour out. The creature whips its head around, its feelers all going up and kind of dancing in the air. Everyone, roll initiative.
Yay! Oh, this is gonna be upsetting. Oh, I should have clicked my token. I'm an idiot. 8 PM. Sorry.
What's that?
Could add my initiative because I forgot to click my token.
Oh, me too, please.
Ooh.
We've only been doing this for like 6 months. And
Yes.
I-
Well, everyone, pop out your tokens. So when
I
you
rolled
get
a
peps on
22.
here-
It's showing in D&D Beyond, but it's not even showing in roll 20. Oh,
Huh.
I guess I'll roll it.
All right, calm down, Tempest. There's only one of you.
Well, I can't see either of me. Oh, there we go. I refreshed. That's better.
Okay.
Definitely.
Can everyone see all 5 of your tokens
That one
and
didn't
3
show.
additional ones?
I rolled initiative twice and it didn't work.
Yeah, we're on a. For,
Okay, this is fine. Add turn. So 22.
Yes. When I refreshed the
That's
page, I
it.
got an error.
Just so you guys know, and it's easier for you later, you can always just roll your initiative and add the first one. You can change your own initiative.
Gotcha.
That's true. Where's mine? Okay.
So you can just like re-roll it and it'll appear.
Yeah, you just need to make sure you put your token, and then you can fix it.
Ah, thank you.
Alright, so is everybody in the order? Numerically descending. Boom. Oh, beautiful. Alright.
I'm just testing to see if D&D Beyond. There we go. Beyond 20 is working now.
Amaro is able to roll.
Yeah.
I don't know why your thing of the quarter there is showing up as Amaro. But that is I am willing to live with that concern. Okay. So the 5 of you are all now in this room. The larger creature has swung its head. You see its mandible jaws clicking together, stained with blood and green mucus. Like a green mucus, I guess. Aziel, you're up first. As this thing's pale white compound eyes bore into you.
So what does Lyra's Eldritch Blast look like? Is it green stoops?
You know, at the beginning when she first cast it was very vanilla. Like if you were to ever meet another warlock who just got their powers and didn't know what they were doing, kind of feel like just. But over time, maybe it's developed into more of like, almost like it looks like a bird's taking flight, like ravens, one would say. The essence of that, so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in with a trill of feathers.
Are they green ravens? Like for some reason, I always think Eldritch Blast is green.
Yeah, I always
Is
think
it?
green too. No, it's like a very deep. It's not black, but like a very deep, like blue, maybe almost black, like the night.
So Desiel looks at her and says, "I thought you wanted fire." And he casts Firebolt.
All right, go for it. At which one?
The big one.
At the big one. All right.
Oh, 26.
Ooh,
Wow.
26 definitely hits. Hey, yeah. So as it's kind of staring at you and rears up your bowl of your fiery, the small mote of fire is blackening its chest. It kind of reels back, its tentacles just flapping out around it. And it definitely didn't look to have enjoyed that.
Cool.
All right, are you...
That's yeah. I will actually head this way. That's my turn.
Okay. And Tempest, it is yours.
Okay. Seeing that everyone's spells got all cool all of a sudden, I feel like I need to put effort into mine. So, fire. Okay, fire. I can do fire, sort of. I'm gonna hold my lit torch out in front of me that's kind of useless now that Amnel has his glowing glaive. And the fire
Sword.
there is gonna...
Sword.
She has a
Sword,
blade,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, she has her glaive. She used her possessive.
Look, okay,
pronouns.
Eldritch Blast is green to you guys. Amnel has a glaive to me. Anyway, I hold my torch out in front of me, almost like my usual motion for guiding bolt is almost like I've got a bow and arrow. And this time the torch is kind of going to be the bow, and the flame is kind of going to flare up and suddenly flick golden. So it's now more of like a radiant flame. And I'm going to stick my hand into it and kind of pull it back like I'm holding an arrow when I let go. Guiding bolt at first level but twinned.
Okay.
Busting that out on the first encounter.
These things
What
are
kind of
creepy.
sorcery-
I want to stop hearing this creepy sound in my ear. So that's the first one.
Ooh.
And that can
That
go...
is- And that is on...
Yeah, the big one. And then I want to get the small one that's maybe closest to us, because that seems dangerous.
All right. Oof. Also hits. Meaty. The two
And
radiant
then-
balls of flame just kind of swirl in the air and fire out, curling and impacting against the creatures.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to kind of just shake the torch and make it go back to a normal flame.
Alright.
They are both
And that's
low.
your turn. Pep,
Yes,
it is
advantage on
yours.
both of them for the next person.
Ooh. Pep, you are up.
I will walk down the stairs like a normal person. And then come over here and just curb stomp this thing.
Lovely.
Let me just make sure I'm doing this right.
You have advantage on your first.
Yes,
strike.
you do have advantage.
Oh, that's very nice. I'll make sure that it was so guys, advantage.
Attention. Ooh, nice.
A 22 does hit. 8, yeah.
Clearly, we've all been waiting for battle.
And I'm gonna be like, this is gross. Then I'm gonna step on it again.
Okay.
Like when you step on gum on the street and you're like, ah, damn, and then you just step a bunch to see if it unsticks from your shoe.
You do that?
It goes back.
That hits.
I've never done
Good,
that.
yes. Good.
I don't know why. I had a friend that did that, and I got that.
And I will
Since we started initiative, you guys have rolled over 20 on everything.
Because I have the crusher feat, I can move it 5 feet in any direction. When I move it,
You can. It's not gonna matter.
oh, is it not gonna matter? Okay, perfect.
No, not for this. This one already
Its
hit by
corpse
the
goes flying.
guiding bolt. Yeah, so you step on it and you hear a squelch, and your heel just embeds in its soft head, and so you're like, ugh, and you stomp again and kick your heel away as the body, like spewing white goo, just flops back.
Kind of do the thing
And
where you
down.
like, you know, when you step in like dog crap or something, and you're like wiping it on the floor. Like, that's what I'm doing. That's my turn.
I thought you just keep stepping in it.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Isn't that what you do when you step in dog shit? Just keep stepping in it.
To see if it unsticks, it sticks back into the ground.
All right, is that your turn?
oh yes, that's my turn. Sorry.
All right, MAO, it is you.
Hey, what am I doing?
One of them has been eliminated, stamped like a cockroach in many ways.
Yeah. Okay. Tempest, remember we can't get too far from one another. And I'm going to move over here, which should be 30 feet. Over here. Nope, sorry, here. Which is unfortunately gonna get Pep, but I cannot do. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I'm going with my action. Actually, I can't do both of those things.
As you go, you hear me be like, "No, closer to them."
I'm going to say, sorry, Pep. I hope you're pretty happy today, and I'm going to unleash my necrotic shroud with my action.
Okay, would you mind reminding all of us what that A does and B looks like?
From underneath my cloak, just two almost like bony, grayish bony stalks come off, and off the stalks comes a whole skeleton, like unfolds from inside an entire skeletal bony structure. And everyone within 10 feet of me, so the thing, I think both things and Pep have to make a charisma saving throw, but it's just 12. The DC. I believe in you, Pep. There you go. I always knew you're a charismatic fellow ever since I heard you sing that elven country song.
Just look at Amnia, incredulous.
Do they fail?
Yep, so you thrust out these skeletal wings, and the smaller creature appears unaffected, but the larger one, kind of as it slid its head over as you catching the movement of your approach, just begins reeling back from you. I hate making these noises. Kill these things quickly, please.
No, keep making the noises.
Cool. And so on my left hand where I carry my sword, you guys will see, perhaps for the first time, a dangling symbol underneath the hilt. And I'm gonna put the sword up, point it to the ceiling, and the symbol will glow brightly. And then a second sword is gonna come out of the first, and I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon and attack the large thing.
All right.
Which is at advantage. Correct.
Yes, it
Because
is.
of Tempest Guiding Bolt.
Because of the guiding bolt.
So
That gives everybody
that is
advantage
a
until their
20.
next turn.
it's
No,
the first-
just
No,
the
just the next attack.
the next thing person hitting it.
20, I imagine, hits.
He does hit.
Okay, so it takes 5 plus 3 plus 5 for my necrotic shroud. So it takes 8 points of force damage and 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Yeah, so this
the
this
sword
glowing sword just
flashes.
cuts across it, slicing off several of its tentacles, and you see the nubs as they kind of roll around, like eaten away by black flame, kind of almost burning back into its body. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and you'll see that basically the move that the sword made is this. I did the same movement, and then the spectral sword just repeated.
Yeah.
And yes, that's my turn.
All right. Now it is the Carrion Crawlers' turn. Finally, they both rolled this. Both groups rolled the same initiative, funnily enough, but the larger one, repulsed by both the glowing sword and by Amnail's presence, rails away, skittering over towards Desiel, and you see as it reaches the wall, the part of the wall that divides the two sections of the room, it just latches on with its tentacles as small barbed hooks drag it up the wall, not even seeming to slow down. And its head whips up, and first it is going to bite at you. An 8 does not hit you, I don't think.
It does not today.
And then its tentacles start to, as these small hooked claws now visible, extending out from the soft flesh. Does a 19 hit you?
It does.
All right. So you take 6 points of poison damage as one of the tentacles wraps around your arm. You feel the hooks sink in, and your arm is immediately just on fire as this burning sensation works its way up. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
All right, so you are immediately kind of put off as this thing's head just, as it snaps past you, you duck back, its head just swings toward around to you, and you kind of freeze for a second as this numbing pain works its way up into your chest. So you are paralyzed for the moment.
Excellent.
As this poison courses through you, you'll be able to make a save on at the end of your next turn. But that is its turn. And the smaller creature, unaffected by the necrotic shroud, slithers up, swinging its tentacles out at Pep, and it's snapping ahead towards Amnail. And first, the tentacles. Does a 14 hit you, Pep?
No, and I will repulse this.
Okay. Now, is that
If
it immediately
he
after-
misses me, I can make one attack to him with my reaction.
okay? Your reaction, so you can go ahead and do that now. Actually,
Does a 16 hit?
a 16 does hit.
And I gotta add a d8.
Ooh.
9. Stop! And I just slap it. Ah. This is gross, guys.
Right. So then it takes its bite. Does a 15 hit you, Amnail?
No.
Beefy. All right, so it getting kind of knocked away by Pet's quick back fists, kind of knocks it off course and snaps at air. And that is its turn. Lyra, it is yours.
Oh, sorry. Because I hit it on a turn, I have Crusher, so I can move it back 5 feet. Actually.
Okay.
So if I can, I would move it back 5 feet.
I'm gonna. Okay. Move here. And okay, I'm gonna brandish my broken short sword. You know the drill. I flame on, and I'm gonna.
No
strike it.
fantastic references in my
Why
combat.
not? It.
17 hits.
Cool. And piercing.
And the green flame blade, right?
Yep. And that is my turn.
You get fire damage for the green flame blade, no?
Oh, I didn't roll, sorry.
I don't see it.
Oh shoot, okay.
Did you green flame blade or did you use your extra attack from thirsting blade?
Oh, here we go. I found it. Sorry, I don't know why today I'm a little off. Okay, there you go.
What?
That's not it.
Oh, for the second.
What is it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's just
Yep.
that's for the additional target.
Yeah.
So an extra 1.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you just slash right across its gut. Its white organs kind of washing out of its body. It heals over and just manages to collect. Kind of slides a few feet down along the wall, leaving a smear behind it. It is not dead, but it is extremely poorly. And Desiel, it is your turn. You can make the Constitution saving throw for the poison. Oh, unfortunately not. You are, Desiel kind of stays locked.
That nasty tentacle.
And
It was the tentacle that did it, right?
Yeah.
I,
It is
against
your
my
turn.
better judgment, I'm gonna get closer to the big one and pull out 2 of my daggers, my magical one and a normal one.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do. That's close enough.
And you revealed the second pep that was hiding.
I was wondering what that was. I am going to throw them both. Now, for the offhand one, I don't add my bonuses, correct?
You don't add your dex to damage.
You don't add your dex to damage.
Just to damage. Okay. That's easy then. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
Does not. You're not used to throwing knives. So you kind of, I guess, nope.
No, I'm used to throwing my normal knives, but this is a fancy one. The antlers throw off the
I
balance.
see.
Okay.
I see. The weight is different.
So
13
13
hits.
hit it?
A 13 does.
hits? Okay, so whatever this is, -2.
With your offhand normal dagger.
2 whole damage. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of sinks into the side and wow.
Are you trying to keep it alive so it can eat me?
It's my secret plan.
Desiel snarks at you with a frozen mouth.
I don't like getting close, okay? The last time I was holding a torch running around somewhere dark, I almost got eaten.
All right, and Nail, it is your turn. Oh no, we deleted. It was the other pep that had
Oh
the.
no, I will add him back. Don't worry.
It was.
1 second. I'll just reroll initiative. So
You can
I'm-
write in your 15.
I'll
You don't
change
have
it.
to
Yes,
roll.
yes. It's just so it bumps it into the turn order automatically.
Or was I 15? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll be there either way, right?
Right. Here, let's
You're in
tick you.
between
Does that work?
turns
That
now.
works. Okay. Yeah. Pep, it is your turn.
I'm gonna see that Desiel is like, usually there's magical stuff that happens, and Desiel's not doing magical stuff. So, can I reach this creature from the bottom here, or do I need to climb up?
It is like half of its body is up, like its head is up top, and then its body is kind of stretched out down to the bottom.
I'm gonna be like, excuse me, and I'm gonna run past Amniel behind him. And I am proficient with improvised weapons. I'm gonna pick up some books here and just clock this thing with the book.
All right.
Everyone's doing like the least amount of damage they can do to this thing. They're like, oh, it's eating him. Fucking daggers. I don't need spells.
What would this count as in terms of damage? I know the
No,
roll was
not Lyra. Not Lyra. Lyra was awesome.
I thought it would be
am-
heroic if it worked and I saved you with the dag you gave me, okay? Blame the universe, because Drew was the one that tempted it early today.
What did I do?
That's right, you're getting dragged into.
Sorry, Mike. What were you saying?
No problem. I was asking Drew anyways.
What this would improvised weapons wise?
Like
Good
Cavern
question.
Brawler does make my unarmed strikes D4s just by the feet, but I don't know if you want to use that as improvised weapons. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, an object that bears no resemblance to a weapon deals 1d4 damage.
Okay, perfect. So I'll hit it with this book. It's gonna come up as unarmed strike, but it'll be my book.
Right, it's
I'm
the
gonna hit
same.
him.
My book strike.
So you have your proficiency to the hit, but not any extra to the damage, right?
You do add strength.
Because I'm proficient in it, I can add my damage into it. I believe.
You do.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Or my modifier, not my proficiency. I don't think anyone has proficiency.
No, you don't add proficiency to damage.
No, not
You
proficient,
add
but
your
yeah, you don't add anything to the damage, is what I mean. Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
he
so I'll
does,
smack it once with the book,
It's gonna be 1d4 plus his strength, which is 4 and 5.
and then
Yep.
I'll hit it again with the book.
Okay. It's really dead.
Okay, good.
Here we were,
So tell
mocking
me.
you.
So tell me. Walk me through. Walk us all through. Paint a word picture
So I'm gonna just
of
yell,
what this looks like.
Desiel, no! And I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna pick up a book, and I'm gonna just leap through the air and just bring it down on this thing. Splat. Just keep hitting
Yeah.
it.
So you just nail it right at a kind of point where its body is kind of bulged up, like there's a bit of pressure, kind of where its body is squeezing against itself, and on the second hit, the corner of the book just rakes its skin open, and this gush of white guts kind of spurts out onto you, and it looks almost like the body deflates and just kind of curls in and flops off to the side, wriggling its head and its tentacles around as it judders into death.
This is the worst day ever.
If you want to get that stuff off, just like jump into the carrion. Repeatedly.
Okay.
According to Walt. That's how you get it off.
No.
You just
It's gonna depend here. Yes, for sticky things, yes. For something that like sticks to you, yes, because you try to stick it
I'm
onto
just giving them
something
shit.
else.
I know.
And I'll also toss the book. I mean, it's gross probably by now, right? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ruined.
That's my turn.
Okay, so the large creature, dead. MNAO. One Carrion Crawler remains.
Oh, this was surprisingly easy. I guess they were really incompetent. I'm just going to pull my
Almost like they're
sword.
bugs.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use my chronergy. I'm like, well, this sucks. But
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
just going to take my sword and I'm going to cut in an upward angle. And as I'm doing that, my symbol that was dangling is also light up. And again, both swords are going to kind of like mirror, kind of like my glaives did back in the Feywild in the bridge fight. And it's going to cut an axe through it. So firstly,
Alright.
for my long sword, it's a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Cool. That is 9 plus 5 is 14 damage. It rolls 2 because the longsword has a...
Right.
Yeah, but it's 9 damage. And the spiritual weapon is 19 to hit
That hits.
with 12 damage. So 21 damage total.
Yep. More than enough.
Actually,
You're-
no, more. 26 damage total.
Even worse. So you cut through with your regular sword, with your physical sword, and almost like a visage or a shadow of your attack comes behind as you cut through, and then the spiritual weapon just cleaves off its head. And they are all dead. They're out of initiative as the bodies slump to the floor with a very unpleasant sound. And their sounds cease.
Yay.
We did it.
I'm gonna go run up and pick up my daggers.
I'm gonna go get Desiel. Hey, buddy,
Yeah,
you get
she's
out
just
there?
like, fucking, let me get my dagger.
Well, you were ungrateful for them, so screw you.
Still down?
Nope, you're good. So you feel the seizing in your chest and your limbs kind of slowly pass. Why is that so loud? What in the world?
The bells are tolling. We're losing him.
Don't go towards the light, Desiel.
So,
Think
why
of all
is
the books
that
you haven't
the
seen
sound
yet.
So many books to read. Regret. Anyone. That one. This is the farthest out reference I've ever made.
No.
No. Okay. Makes sense. I wouldn't expect it. It's from the movie Valiant, which is about carrier pigeons in World War II. Ricky Gervais is in it.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm more concerned that you've seen that. Do you think, like, statistically, there should be more than one person in any group that has seen that?
No, certainly. That's why I was like, that's as far out that anyone would see. I think it was a DreamWorks movie, an animated movie about carrier pigeons in World War II.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
it's a fantastic movie.
Eclectic
It's a great
tastes,
movie.
true.
So many books to read. Regret. That's actually one of the lines in that movie.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why I'm so
Starring
sensitive about
Desiel.
this.
I know, apparently.
Desiel, you were quite interested looking at something over there. What was it?
What?
He's still splayed on the floor. His arm
Looking
kind
up-
of
looking up at Lyra.
red and swollen.
I'll like reach out my hand to help you up.
He'll,
You
he'll
okay
take her.
down there? Okay.
Well, that was unpleasant.
I mean, are you injured though, or are you just stiff? Like,
Not like it hurt. Yes, I am injured. It poisoned me. It hit me with the fucking tentacle thing and poisoned me and paralyzed me. I could feel everything. I could see everything, but I could not move. It was terrible.
I imagine. I can heal you in a second if you need to.
I mean, I can too. Do you need it, or do you want to save it for like when you get more?
I don't know. I suppose it depends on how skilled you are at healing.
You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna turn around and go stomp up to another corner.
Well, I don't know. And he holds his arm out and said, well, I don't know if this is apparently not worth your efforts.
I will
I'm
kind of look.
I'm
Do you
wounded now. Nope.
I'm going
Guys,
to
we've
look.
only cleared like
Yeah.
one room. Can we like focus here?
Yes, I was going to say that. Look, Desiel, I won't heal you now because
No, that's fine.
either one of two things are true. Either Andrew was truly, truly unfathomably incompetent, and this was what they were afraid of, or we might just be facing something weirder. So
Just I
mean,
expect
it
there will
is
be something
Andrew.
much worse, which is why I did not dig too deep in my bag of tricks. I just
yes,
did not expect the
I
thing
imagine.
to. For some reason, I did not realize there was a wall beneath me. I thought there was like an open space. I did not think it could get to me. Well, I would not have gone here, right next to the fucking thing.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And he'll stare over the ledge, and there were like 4 different things. There was a scarf. There was the 4-foot long thing. There was the. Was there anything else? Was it just those 2 things?
Yes, there was a small bit of transmutation,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and I think that was all for that. Yes, just the 3 of those.
He'll look down. I suppose. Well, I'll roll that. I should roll a con save to see if I maintained my concentration while I was paralyzed, or once I took damage, or.
Oh, I did not think of it. Does paralysis?
Paralyzed, no, but the damage, yes.
So for
Right. Yes. To roll. Yes, I completely missed that.
15.
Yep, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So I'll look over and pick out the glowing things, and first I'll lift the rod, the first thing I saw, with Mage Hand up to me.
Your mage hand lifts up, or I was gonna do a thing, but it's invisible.
I can make
the,
it visible. It doesn't have to be invisible.
either way.
A purple Mage Hand.
Yeah. You hear the ringing of metal on stone as the hand pulls out a bronze, javelin. The front of which is jagged, almost in the shape of a lightning bolt.
A bronze javelin?
A bronze javelin. About 4 feet in length. Glowing of evocation.
Well, and he holds it. He's like, there was this thing. And he just kind of hands it off to Lyra. There was. And he'll pick out the little small. I think you said it was abjuration.
Yes, on one of the body.
And he'll say, could you unwrap that scarf from the body, the corpse, right there? And he'll point to the corpse with the magical scarf on it.
Is a javelin considered a martial or simple weapon?
Javelin is a martial weapon.
Martial? Okay, cool. So I can actually.
I will, with the tip of my sword. Actually, I'll use both my swords, the physical and the non-physical one, to just kind of like unravel around the neck, and then I'll very quaintly pick up with my other hand the scarf.
All right. Yep. So the scarf covered in kind of mostly dried blood.
This is disgusting.
I'll lift that up to me as well, I guess, since he clearly doesn't want to touch it.
Hey, no, did not say that.
Well, you feel about a 10 pounds worth of tug on the scarf. Upwards. The
Yeah,
scarf
sure,
is
that'll take it out of my hand.
No, I'm just saying, like, do you hold on to it or not? It starts tugging upwards.
No, sure, you can take that.
Okay.
No, I mean, not knowing what it is doesn't serve me much purpose, and besides, it doesn't really go with the color scheme.
am not able to clean this at the moment, so I will just drop it directly into the bag of holding.
Huh. Does that like get on to the other stuff in the bag, or how does that work?
No, everything's fine. When I take it out tomorrow, I'll clean everything that if there's anything that it's fine. It's dried. It's dried. I'm sure it's fine.
So I really like this stick that you gave me, but what does it do?
Oh no, I don't know yet. I'll tell you. I mean, it might be. I know you have your special magical sword. I don't know if perhaps Amnael may be able to use that or not. I just was picking things up. I don't know what it does yet, but tomorrow I should be able to tell you what it does.
Okay, can I just like, and I want to take the javelin and like stab one of the corpses? Is that how you
Yeah.
test magical weapons?
The sharp blade just pierces in and kind of cuts open one of the corpses.
Eh.
I mean, I could carry that if you don't want to carry it.
No, I
You
mean,
seem
I'll
to
just-
like carrying weapons, so I just thought you could
I'll just
carry
put it next to the glaive in my bag. It's cool. It adds to the aesthetic, so thanks.
The scarf you said had what type of magic?
Abjuration.
Okay. And the little stone you said it was? The small something or another.
Yes, the small something or other was, what did I say? Transmutation.
And what was it, like just a small stone?
There, you pull it out. It is a small chime.
Small chime. Okay.
With a piece of thread connecting it to a little stick to strike against it. You see, if you look closely, you'll see it has small cracks running all along it. It holds together its shape, this small silver chime. It has very pervasive cracks running all along its surface.
Is there anything else like obvious in this room that, well, like obviously not magical, but like I don't know.
Those were the only three
There
magical
are-
things I assume.
There was the only
Yeah,
three magical
I-
items. There are other
Yeah.
things on the bodies. There are
I'll-
packs and kind of off to the side or kind of tucked underneath an arm or something.
I will.
Is there another
Lyra, do you
knife?
want
Like
to
another
see-
dagger?
There are a couple daggers.
Lyra, do you
Taking
want
one of
to see
those.
if there's anything useful here?
Yeah, I can add it to my collection, so
Sure. We'll see if there's anything useful in the middle of the bodies.
All right.
Pouches of money.
Yep. So you sift
Weapons.
through them. You do find a small money pouch. On one of them doesn't have much in it. From the
Armor, if they are wearing any.
Yep, they all were wearing leather armor.
Okay.
Much of it has been eaten away, literally, and by the poison. And they're not usable on any of them. They all carried short swords, as well as a dagger apiece. You also find 3 lengths of rope, 5 torches. Some of them look soaked and coated in blood and viscera, maybe not as useful, but torches nonetheless. A flint box, a spoiled, rotten sack of rations, as well as a small jar of ointment in a kind of mostly nondescript package.
Does it seem
Uh,
like
oh.
topical or like ingestible?
It's pretty on topic, yeah. No. It looks like it. I mean, if you open it up and it has a reasonably edible smell.
I'll take a
but
little
as-
bit, put it on my tongue, see if I recognize what it is.
Tastes like almonds.
You can.
Yeah, it's cyanide. Yeah. does it taste like cyanide? Isn't it like cyanide mask? Almonds mask the taste of cyanide?
No, like it tastes like almonds. Like so does like the bark of a black cherry tree, because it has cyanide in it. Well, actually, it tastes like almonds. I think it just
So before
He
that,
says from experience.
before you're able to
Actually,
do, yeah,
yes.
this is the worst jump scare of all time. This has taken so long. You reach for the ointment or the thing as it's kind of next, or it's in the pocket of one of the bodies. And as you do, as you touch the body, you see around the chest and stomach of the corpse something undulate, and the skin splits open, and this small or crustacean-like face coated in blood just
I think it's Alien versus
does it
Predator.
have a
whatever
top
the movie
hat
is.
and a cane? Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Yeah,
unfortunately not.
it's not the Spaceballs alien.
This no, this small carapace, almost this pale carapace, and beady eyes dotting along it, worm-like appendages kind of spilling out from underneath it, snatches up towards you.
I don't want to say this, but I'd be in there too because I'm getting the daggers. Or
Okay.
ew.
Yeah, but no, I'm still the one that was prodding around.
Yeah. I had it
What do you
tied
guys
to
reckon
this-
is an unreasonable amount of daggers to have?
We'll find out.
6.
Mhm.
After, does the 16 hit you?
16, no.
No? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's not me.
I have 17 AC normally, and I have 18 because of warding bomb.
Ooh.
Yeah, so these worm-like tentacles kind of snatch out towards you and you yank away. One of them kind of smacks against your armor for just a moment. Yeah. So then as it kind of flails around, you see part of its back open up,
This is
and you hear a hissing release as these small white flecks are just spewed out, and this is going to get you, Tempest, as well.
I would have been down. We were all
yeah, it's the 3 of us.
investigating.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep. So the 3 of you, as these small white flecks kind of spew out around you, all 3 of you need to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay.
Oh.
13. Oh.
So Amnail, you were fine.
Oh.
But Lyra and Tempest. Lyra,
I have
you.
plus 6.
Oh, so Tempest reroll.
That's how guidance works for saving
so-
throws.
That's a good
no.
question.
Oh, no, sorry. I used the wrong thing. I've got a favored by the gods instead. Hold on, I'll use that. Sorry.
That
I
just
mixed
adds
my
to-
abilities.
Is that a sorcery
I
point?
don't know.
No, that's just a
Favored
thing.
by the gods.
So add 7 to 7, so 14.
Oh, you're okay. So Amnail and Tempest. So Amnail, you just continue moving back out of the way. And then Tempest, you just dart back up the stairs. But Lyra, you're kind of knelt down in an awkward position, and you feel this moist, almost like drops of water hitting you, like along your arm, and then they start moving. And you feel these small creatures burrowing into your skin. As you take 6 points of poison damage as these
Okay.
small larvae just
Oh crap!
seep into
Random
you.
question. I had Armor of Agathis up. So
I was
they
thinking
take cold damage.
But I think it
Huh.
has to attack you. I think it has to
Yeah,
roll on its own.
Melee
no.
attack.
It would
Okay, you're right, you're
it would
right.
be on the creature that attacked you.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
But you do have temporary hit points though. So
I do.
These,
You do.
yeah, these are your temporary.
Are these things just burrowing into her skin?
Yes. Essentially.
Okay. Guys, I'm starting to panic.
Can't you just
something-
like change your body and make it get out?
Okay.
Start changing.
Okay, I'm changing. I'm gonna change into Pep.
Oh my god, it's changing you into me.
I don't think it's working.
So you changed to Pep. You are poisoned as well. I neglected to mention that. So you change and you still feel the wriggling and writhing. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Hold your arm out. I can burn them.
I don't want to be burned.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you just start like mushing and moving all up your you even like cast green flame blade and just run it close to your arm, singeing the hair, but then you feel the motion stop. And the small creatures just start dropping from your arms.
They don't just die under her skin,
Okay.
inside her
When
body.
I see
I am not that. I am not that. You are no longer poisoned.
I'm gonna reverse grip the sword and I'm gonna try to stab the fuck out of the thing that came out of the body.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's
all the way away when he does that.
It is yeah, so you step up and just steer it in. Its carapace kind of rips and cracks open and it becomes still.
Where are you
What the
changing your
fuck
condition, Kendra?
Dean.
In D&D
Very
Beyond, you
top.
can
So the top
click
next to
on
your armor class.
conditions,
Yeah.
and then a tab appears.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Fun. Cool. Thank you.
Alright, I am no longer
Okay.
exhausted. Let me put it back.
What the absolute shit was this? I'm going to kneel by it. Everyone gets away. And I'm going to try to look and just like prod around with my sword and see if I can identify what it is.
Okay, so make a nature check.
Nature, not
See if you
medicine.
can-
Cool. This is gonna suck.
I'm gonna
Alright, I'm
hold
guide
a
you.
shocking grasp just in case anything like comes out at us, just to like buzz it like a fly zapper.
Okay, not terrible. Plus guidance. 14.
14? Yep, that's good. These are creatures that are kind of known to have something of a symbiotic relationship with the Carrion Crawler, known as the Carrion Stalker. They are parasites that will kind of latch on to dead bodies and sort of brood their young within them. They are known to be carried essentially as temporary hosts by Carrion Crawlers until they find a warm, dead body to dig their way inside to grow their larvae. They
I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Yeah, I have to go to sleep after this game, so you know it's great material.
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Okay. Crazy thought. We leave these fucking bodies here and the hell off. Everyone, and I'm gonna literally start pushing whoever's around me. We're going. And I'm gonna start pushing them to the right, to the other exit. We're on our way. You two up there, let's go, you fucks. Let's go.
Hold on,
Already by
I'm
the
gonna
door.
dodge out of Amnail's grasp because I want to see are there any books around.
take a
my
look. Are
God,
there any
why do
books
you hate
around?
me?
There are plenty of books around. Yeah.
Okay, because I want to see if the books are different from like the ones, the black ones with the Ouroboros on them.
They are the same books.
Okay, I want to take one of these ones as well, just for comparison. Ask Jezeel to put it in the thing, and then I'll chase after Amnael.
Yeah, I also want to grab a book on the way out for reading. Just grab
Just for
one at
reading
a store.
through.
Yeah, you know, we're traveling.
Okay. And then you are following Amnail's seagull impression. You are all Amnail just from behind, like pushing you all through the door.
I'm waiting by the door. You guys are so slow. Let's go, please.
I'm having to carry these assholes. Let's get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Which leads out to a
Going
small
to-
hallway and a long, stretching staircase, just slowly at a shallow angle, just going down, down, down. This area is not illuminated. How long does light last?
Lasts, I think, like an hour, but I can recast
Oh.
it at will because it's a cantrip.
Oh yeah, it's a cantrip.
Did
I have a
Amnail,
torch too.
what did you do with the jar of ointment? Yeah, like he tasted it, and then these things happened. Like, did anything?
Yeah, I basically pocketed it. I'm gonna try to figure out
Yeah.
what I was trying to figure out
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
was.
So
It attacked.
you figure it's definitely medicinal in some manner. You have enough
It's
experience
got
with.
kind of a menthol burn to it.
It's Vaseline. I mean,
Preventative, not curative medicine.
Palliative medicine is still medicine.
All right. Did anyone add the rope to their inventory? If not, I'll just take them and stick them in
Yes,
the
I
bag.
got the three
You added all three,
things of
okay.
rope, the
Okay,
blocks, the 5 torches, and the jar of ointment.
Okay.
I have it all.
gotcha. All right. All right. Just
So it's
making
like
sure.
it's 3 50-foot sections of
Yeah,
rope, so I just
absolutely.
have like
Mhm.
a shit ton of rope now. Okay.
I was prepared in case you guys didn't go by rope.
I have
Appreciate that.
200 feet of rope now, so you know.
Good. Can almost get some of the way down the hole.
Yeah. So yeah, I recast light on the hilt of the blade. Handguard.
All right. As you do so,
Here
you
into the
step
stairs.
down these stairs, and you do indeed hear the chirping and cheeping and squeaking of rats. Dozens and dozens of them shuffling around in the darkness. You see a few on the stairs, like at the edges of the light, and as you step forward, they scatter away from the coming light.
This is disgusting.
So, do we clear the rats? I mean, there are things to clear, no? Or do we ignore the
mean-
rats?
They're afraid of light, so I feel like, you know, they're not attacking anybody. Do they count?
Okay.
Yeah, let's just leave it.
As long as their
I
backs
will-
don't start to open and try to eat us, then
Yeah. I will, as we walk through the room, I will try and firebolt a couple of rats.
Okay. Yep. So as you're going, you're just firing into kind of masses of them, hitting and just.
A fewer
I'm just
rats.
gonna- as we go through basically any of these rooms, I'm afraid of more bugs popping up. So I'm just gonna keep like our shocking grasps like sparking off of me a little bit, just to deter anything from coming too close. Like let them go for someone else in the party.
Nice. So, what are these things in the room? Are they like sarcophagi? with the rats.
So, right. As you get down, yes. This was just the best that this map making tool had.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get down this long, very shallow staircase, and then you see it open out, and as the light hits, just rats scurrying to the edges and crevices of the room. Statues, stone statues of all shapes and sizes, just placed along the floors at various angles and rotations. Humans, elves, satyrs, monsters of various kinds, animals.
Do
Are any,
they
like-
seem to be carved or perhaps unnaturally lifelike?
Chiseled, they appear to be.
Okay.
Some of higher quality than others.
Do
Are any
we
of them familiar
recognize any of
figures? Yeah.
them?
Yeah, recognizable figures.
Not specifically. Like, they aren't people you know or would have seen.
Does there appear to be any pattern or anything to this?
No.
No.
It is, for all intents and purposes, random.
And they're not magical at all, Desiel?
Are they not magical at all?
They are not magical at all.
No magic in the room. No, there does not appear to be any magic in the room. Just
So,
a lot of
let's keep
random
going.
statues. I'll look at a statue, see if there's any kind of inscription on one.
You look
I'll find
around.
a half-elf statue.
Okay, that works. This one, I would say at the base of it, does have an inscription of what looks to be maybe the name of the person who carved it, which I shockingly do not have on hand.
Looking at it, regardless of the name, looking at the next statue over, is the name the same?
Yes.
Okay. Because when seeing the first statue, I'd assume, oh, it's like a memorial for this guy. And then I look at the next statue and I see the same name. Okay.
Okay, but different visages, same name.
Yes, different. So yes, so there's a half elf, and then a deer, and then a goblin, all with the same
What is
chisel.
the name?
So apparently these are a bunch of sculptures made by Sylvester Sculptorman. And
The name is Socrates Yanley.
Is that a name that's familiar to any of us?
Actually, yes. It is the name of a famous sculptor who lived around, or died around 50 years ago.
All very cool, all very interesting, not relevant, unfortunately. So, shall we keep going?
how did you know? Just continue. Do we know how he died?
Old age.
Old age, yeah.
I'm gonna turn over to Tempest and I'm gonna say, okay, I gotta give it to you. This place does give me the creeps.
I mean, right? Like, statues, look at their creepy, soulless eyes just staring at us. I've seen
I don't.
this play
I keep
before,
going.
okay?
Yes. One
Don't
of us
blink,
should always
guys. If you
keep
blink,
looking
that's
at
when
the
they
statue.
move.
Yes. Yes. One of us has always to keep looking at it. Okay, so I'm gonna head down to the center of the space.
Right. Again, down more stairs. Unlit. Oh, I put the stream as the walls start to narrow as you head down and down. And reaching the bottom, you step into a narrow passage, and lining the walls are now, John, they are sarcophagi. Stone coffins
Oh,
lining in sort of alcoves in the walls all the way down the corridor. There is immediately a branch off to the side where you see more of the same before it turns off.
And supposedly a bunch of ticking clocks were down that way.
Make me, Amnael, a perception check.
yes, sir. Come on, I believe in you. 25.
Yeah. You kind of look down the passage to your right and look ahead, and as you snap your eyes forward for just a moment, you see peeking out from behind one of the coffins a yellow eye. Just for a moment, that immediately darts back behind. And we're gonna
Why
wrap
does
things up.
everything have to
We're
be
gonna
haunted
leave.
in this goddamn place?
We're gonna leave things there for this evening. Join us next week as we figure out what that is and what the rest of this place is. Same time as always. We will hope to see you all next week. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
Bye bye. See you next week.